We're live.
Hello.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, everybody. This is
Welcome.
the Nameless one with Namink, our changeling sorcerer, Ellis,
Wizard?
our
Wizard.
wizard. Ellis, our dragon barbarian,
Hello.
Ballistic, our Pegasus rogue,
Hello.
Yoshi, who is our
Griffin
Griffin fighter, and
Hello.
Argo, our changeling bard.
Yeah.
Okay, that was interesting.
You were live for a second.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead. Somebody do a quick recap.
Okay, recap. So,
We fought.
yes, yesterday we had just finished fighting with Fluttershy in the Everfree Forest. We all survived. We captured Fluttershy and didn't think to capture or talk to Applejack.
Yeah.
And then we went back to our cottage where we slept. And when we woke up, we saw that Fluttershy was gone. The rope had been removed somehow, not by cutting or tearing or anything. She was just gone.
I believe they
And-
call that untying.
Yes, that.
I don't believe that. It's not
Untying is
it's magic.
untying people is just a conspiracy of the government.
Just
And
some more time.
most importantly, we were under siege by the undead. And after we fought our way through waves of undead creatures and ghosts and walking graveyards,
Counterspelling the boss.
we then encountered King Sombra, who was the boss. We were able to defeat him somehow, and we all lived.
Power
And then we all fell
counterspells.
asleep because we were exhausted. Yeah, counter spells for the win, boys.
And we had chosen to kill him and not spare him.
Yes.
He's
The moral
died
of the
several
story-
times. It's not like he'll miss being alive.
The moral of the
He's used
story,
to it.
ladies and gentlemen, is to always remember, never leave home without your counter spells. Okay, you never know when you're gonna need a counter spell an undead Lich King guy like 5 times in the same session.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she was waiting the entire fight to do that.
Yeah. she
Oh hell
was.
yeah, I was. It's
now
like
now I know next time
he's-
to throw in some high level casters into any fight just to bombard the party so she has something to counterspell before the boss.
Okay, to be fair, it was like it's like I took it and I'm like, I'm not using this, and then our DM graciously is like, alright, he's gonna cast a spell, and I'm like, oh shit, this is my chance.
I have been waiting my entire life to counterspell King Sombra.
It makes me think of a couple different memes, but
It's same
I
with
can
me.
think of some memes too. Yeah, I don't have my meme generator.
I call it.
I don't have my memes up this time, so
so you guys have managed to sleep through the majority of a night so far. And for once because of how exhausted you guys are, you decided not to put up a guard. And as you guys are sleeping, all except a certain handful of individuals that will know who they are shortly, start having a dream. Give me one,
Ooh.
Ballistic, that's pretty good.
give me 1 sec. I am sending the things that need to be sent to the people who need to know them.
Okay. Look at this graph.
So, for everybody that has not received something in their private messages, you guys, in the midst of your dreaming, it feels like you wake up in an open field. You can recognize that it is the world as it is currently because of the the dark sun that is currently up in the sky at the same time as the moon. And in front of you, out a little distance away, you see the city of Manhattan.
Oh, Manhattan.
Around the city, made entirely of magical energy this time, are 3 magical circles that are slowly rotating in different directions.
Ooh!
I don't like the sound of that.
And around the circles are quite a few casters of what you can assume were once the cult. They've become twisted aberrations of what they once were. And standing not far from them, you can see Sol Tenebris, as he, though blindfolded, he is overseeing the happenings. And he turns to you, the group, respectively, and says, "This is what happened to all who oppose me," before turning back and beginning a chant in a language that you guys are
that sounds concerning.
Unfamiliar with, and
Very.
everything he's saying comes with this, like, it sounds like a very violent language, for lack of any other description. Every word seems to carry malice and hatred. And as he continues to chant, you see in the distance people are gathered along the inner edge of the innermost circle, attempting to escape, which is very, very obviously futile. And as he comes, his chant reaches a fervid pitch, and you notice that there is a growing green light from the center of the city.
Ooh.
So did a city just die, or like, should we do something about this?
Well, we can't. We're in a dream, so
This is a dream.
it is what it is.
This might be a vision.
If you let me finish the description of what is going on. Now, as that light grows, it starts out as a massive green dome growing over the entire city and filling the inner 2 most circles before erupting into a massive pillar of green flame. The final circle seems to not only contain the pillar, but also dampen any sound coming from within. So essentially what you see happening is Manhattan disappears in a pillar of green flame without a single sound.
Oh shit.
And
I live there.
When it dies down, there is nothing left. And then you guys wake up in your cottage.
Oh man, and I had Broadway tickets.
I'd like to think I had my dream, and then I just, like, somehow didn't get that, so I just, like, wake up and I hear that, and I'm like, you know what?
Yes, Argo, you did not see what they saw.
Yeah, it's like I'm having this, nice, dream with, like, all this, and it's just like, oh man, Broadway tickets, so I'm just kinda like...
Out of character. I was saying that out of character.
So, what do?
Well, did anyone else see that?
See what? I was having a nice dream.
I saw a vision. Manhattan, I think, being completely destroyed by Sol Tenebris.
Damn, I hope that doesn't happen.
I think it already happened. I think this was a vision of something happening while we were asleep.
Okay, now
What are we
this is in
talking about,
character.
guys?
Oh man, I had Broadway tickets. That's when I say
Come out of my room. Come out of my room and be
Yo,
like,
my
hey, what are we talking about, guys?
I think Manhattan has just been destroyed.
Well, we could also, like, check.
That's true.
What gives you that thought?
I don't know any of the ponies.
I don't have a thought.
A dream that I saw that I'm fairly certain was a vision. I may not be
So,
well versed in magic. but
Going up for...
I didn't hear
No?
that. Say that again.
Just me?
You cut out.
Okay.
You
You
could
I
did.
can, like, go there.
You could. I don't see why not. If we really want to check up on it and see if it's still standing.
I mean, I hope
Still
it's still standing.
If it's still standing, I would love to do something to prevent it from being destroyed.
I mean, Sultanibus could be right there, and we're not prepared to go fight him.
It's true. On the other hand, he might not be prepared for us, but I don't know.
If
I got the
Sultan
only
Brooks is there, I suggest we stay far, far. Because we're nowhere near ready to fight him.
It is also a direction that's being given. So,
Yeah.
I think our other option is to go to Canterlot and seek the help of Princess Twilight Sparkle.
It could also have been an ominous warning.
Yeah, what if we just, like, go to Manhattan and tell him to stop that and stop being such a meanie and show him the power of friendship? They can sing a song and maybe a rainbow laser will occur, I don't know.
Yeah, that'll work. That never happened.
I can
This
totally
isn't
see
some
it
dumb
coming
kid
back
studio.
at us as a corrupted rainbow and kill us.
I hate to say this, but this isn't some children's TV show. We can't rely
Are you
on
sure about
one
that?
song we can't rely on songs alone to change our...
Okay, hold on. Did you just say songs
I
can't
just
change
insulted
stuff?
the bard. Oh god, I just insulted the bard. Ah, shit.
Wait, out of character, I just realized I fit perfectly into the show because, like,
random
I sing
musical
songs.
moments.
Yeah. Magical songs. That's exactly right. Anyway, I think it would be wise to go to Canterlot, in my opinion. But I can't shake the feeling that what I saw was real. I can't shake the feeling that what I saw was real.
I think we should go to Canterlot as well, as long as because if the changelings are still holding it, which I don't think, if I'm right from remembering, if they say anything about that. But if anything, it has taken hold of Canterlot, I think it would be best if we go there and try and get Canterlot back, or to just see what's going on.
I think that's the wisest course of action.
We also have, I believe, hammer or axe that we don't know the name of.
I know the name of my
Okay.
hammer. I know...
Canterlot has a huge library, we can find out stuff there.
Sounds like a good idea. Sounds like a plan. to me.
I don't know.
Books.
We're gonna go to
Books.
Canterlot.
Books are
Yeah, we don't.
We're gonna go to Canterlot.
Yeah, we don't know what my axe is called.
Then Manhattan
There is that-
afterward.
And this is very convenient. I actually do have something personal that I need to talk to Princess Twilight Sparkle about, but
and
I'll wait
on
until
the way there, we can train some more with our different artifacts.
Good thinking.
Yeah, I can wave it over others and try and sow distrust by saying, like, oh shit, X person has
sounds like a
a
good
secret.
Then I can press more buttons.
You push the buttons of the party.
I'll neither confirm nor deny that.
Okay, am I wrong? Like, we absolutely love Quillian as a character, like, thank you. But also,
Question.
you
Nameless,
speak a lot.
What's up?
do you remember what the vial of green sludge does? Do you have that written down?
No, we don't know what it does.
You haven't done anything to try and test it.
I'm just curious if you know what it does in case I do test it or if you forgot about it.
I do know what it does.
Thank you. That's all I needed.
Alright. We are making our way to Canterlot then, right?
Get away downtown, walking fast, no, we're home bound.
I kinda wanna know.
Places
So,
that-
Nameless, there aren't any more buttons on my multi-knife, are there?
Not that you can see at the moment.
Okay. Just making sure.
Just
think we're
remember
taking
what
the
I
train.
compared it to the size of.
You did? I can't remember.
So, what do?
All right. I think we're taking the train to Canterlot.
Okay.
Our train's operational.
Trains, yeah.
You very
I
quickly
mean-
find that the trains are not, in fact, operational. By the
All
looks
right.
Okay,
of it,
so we're walking.
the Friendship Express has not left for several days from the now overgrown train station. You
All
also
right,
notice
we are-
that the plant life has encroached further and further towards your cottage.
Okay.
I
Okay.
think it's
Okay,
time.
I say we just...
Walking to Canterlot.
Well,
Yeah, I
question.
say we walk after flying over the plants.
Well, question. Is it possible to hijack the train and drive it ourselves to Canterlot?
I think we would probably have to clear the tracks.
We would need to have fuel of some kind. And then we'd have to tangle with the plants, literally.
I was about to
We
say
would
both
have to-
Namink and Yoshi are
But-
correct. You will have to be able to clear the tracks, and assuming there's nothing along the tracks that has damaged them.
Mm-hmm.
F.
So I vote we just grab the one... Some of us fly over while carrying the ones that can't fly, and then walk the rest of the way.
All right.
I-
It's only fair, so I'll carry fair.
I choose to ride.
And
Brilliant.
Wait, what?
I got fair. And the dragon's riding on your back. I think
Okay.
that's what the dragon just said.
Yep.
Okay.
Says
So-
Let's fly to the castle.
Let's walk to the castle.
And then while we're walking there, that'll give us plenty of time to test out some of the things, or some
Yeah.
of the artifacts, if any of us want to.
Okay.
I can't really do anything with my stuff because mine requires the name of it.
Okay.
If I can, I would like to try another combination.
And what are you going to try?
I'm pretty sure the fire is the triangle button, right?
Oh, hey, I'm still the same orientation. Nice.
So I want to
Hi, fair.
press.
Was fair. You made
Try.
it.
I want to try pressing the triangle button and the cross button at the same.
Okay.
Where are you aiming that?
Yeah, I was about to ask, where are you aiming this?
Away from the party and away from anything flammable or valuable.
So nothing seems to visibly happen.
Visibly happen.
Nothing that you can see.
Okay. Who wants to be? Who wants to?
Do I need to
Uh,
use see
offer them
invisibility?
If I gotta do it, then I'll do it.
Who offers? Who wants to offer themselves up to test it?
I'll do it. I'll do it.
Okay, so I point at
Okay,
Archon
cool.
and do the same combination.
Okay. Give me just a sec. Let me look up the exact.
If you kill me, you're getting. You're out of
Okay,
my-
you offered. You were the one to offer. If none of you had
I
offered,
know.
I wouldn't have
No,
pointed
I
at
know.
anyone.
I know.
I would have offered because I am fireproof.
That's true. I don't know if this has anything to do with fire. I don't remember
Yes.
what the buttons do. Let me open this up.
Does you twist the plus button and what button?
Triangle button.
Cross button and the fire.
Cross and
I want to see
triangle.
what happened if I pressed one that boosts something and then wait, boost.
You press the grapple. You press the boost and the grapple. Right.
No, I pressed the
The fire.
yeah,
Fire and
the
the
fire
heal.
and
You press
Yeah.
cross and triangle or cross and circle.
the crossing triangle.
So,
Yeah, that's the grapple.
Yoshi, you have gained
Triangle's grapple.
a single use of Searing Smite at level 3.
Oh,
Holy
sick.
shit.
Smite.
What's that?
Nice.
It's strong. It lets me beat things more effectively.
Okay, so it's
It is only for one attack, and you can use it 3 times per day.
3 times a day? Okay.
So it's permanent?
So per attack action, I get 1 Searing Smite, is what it sounds like.
If you hit something with it while using the Searing Smite, then yes, you get that one attack gets the smite damage.
Okay.
And he can do it 3 times per day.
Alright. Well, the next thing we run into is getting
still
smited
if it wasn't just boosted invisible.
Base boosted?
Base cannon.
It'd be really funny if it shot like an invisible thing, so it's like we'd have to use C invisibility to see exactly what it did.
Just like a middle finger. Just like, yeah, you guys are terrible. Just take this. But
So,
yeah.
You guys, as you were flying along, give me just a sec.
Also, I'm gonna be reading my book at some point, and then I'm gonna be looking at our changeling wizard called Meyer, I believe, because I want to see if that nerd has any secrets.
Would I have any
That's only
any interesting?
You, of all people,
69.
have the most secrets.
Nice roll, by the way.
Wow.
Is the entire map black?
A 1? You rolled a 1?
Crap.
The
You rolled a 1
percentage
on a
dice.
D100? That is some next tier rolling right there, my guy.
See, that's
Next level. Level 12? Uh-oh.
Hold on. Also, Argo, you do find out that he is hiding secrets, but you have no
Who?
idea on whether or
The
not
mink.
the secrets affect you or anybody else.
No, fair.
You
can
cannot
make-
hear me.
So,
Yes, now you
Nameless,
can.
you got secrets, don't you?
Secrets? What secrets?
You're really not making this any easier for me to not be suspicious. Even I'm suspicious at this point.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Oh, I just realized we can form the Equestrian Inquisition. I have Zone of Truth.
Oh, nice. And I have the hammer.
I can see if someone's hiding secrets, and I can make them so not lie.
Argo, I just rolled
Yeah.
damage for you. You have been
Ouch.
you have been having the hurt.
We don't have Sawtooth, so it's not his trinket now.
Thought we discovered that it was not the trinket last time.
We did discover that it was the trinket. Maybe I'm confused.
It is like the second or third time you guys have discovered it is not the trinket.
Okay. Alright, it is not the trinket. Confirmed. It's a really
Old boy
good thing
taking a
that
back
I'm not
forth my
losing.
hell.
Okay.
Oh boy, here I go screwing things up again.
I need to do that one more time.
Now I really want to fight something so I can beat him up with seeing something. That'll be fun.
God damn it.
Gasp, our DM said a bad word.
Don't mind.
Good God.
Before.
Why more percentage dice?
Why does he
I don't
do
like
this? He's scaring us.
Can I not be heard?
I
Can
think
be
these dice.
heard.
I
Okay,
think
can
these
we?
dice don't mean anything, and he's just messing with us by rolling them.
So you guys managed to make it to Canterlot without running into anything.
That sounds concerning.
It's just like,
When you
there are changelings just stalking us the entire.
Shush.
Don't
When you
give
guys-
him any ideas.
When you guys
All right.
get to Canterlot, the first thing you notice is it looks like they are prepared for war. There have been added barricades around the outer part of the moat because sometimes it does or does not have a moat. And a much more energy efficient shield has been placed over, basically against the upper part of the rampart, and it goes up a little bit and then turns into a dome. And it manages to cover the entirety of Canterlot. The front gate has been turned into a much more efficient choke point as well. What do?
Archon is admiring the efficiency of the general barricades in the defense of the city while we're going in.
Yes, it is much more intelligently put together than what would be called the defenses beforehand.
Yeah.
I think there are things that we know that Twilight should know.
I agree.
Quillian is trying to figure out a way that we can all get in without getting into a fight.
It's
I
pretty
can we
Why would
not
we
just
need to
go
get
up to the door and ask?
I'll go up to the door and ask.
Maybe tell them who we are.
We have literal changelings with us who once before caused siege against Chancellor recently, so they might be a little suspicious.
You also have the royal guard, who the princess knows and has seen before.
Yep.
Let me remind you,
Happily vouch for you.
changelings.
I know. I'll happily vouch for you.
You don't
Archon's
need
come
to
a
know
long way
that.
Archon has come a long way since distrusting changelings.
Even though there's one still who's...
Oh yeah,
So
that might change things.
what are you guys doing?
Well, Archon is going up to the gate and requesting to be let inside.
Okay, so you come up to the gate, and before you even make it all the way through the choke point, you get halted by several guards yelling, wanting to know why you are here and who you are.
Respond, I am Sergeant Archon, not Sergeant, First Lieutenant Archon of the Canterlot Royal Guard, here on important business to meet with Princess Twilight Sparkle.
There's a lot of shuffling and noise in the background, and they ask, what about your companions?
I'll vouch for them. They've been good companions to me so far, and I doubt they have any designs on us.
Okay.
We've all been here before.
Yep.
There's another long pause before the drawbridge drops, and they raise the portcullis to let you in.
I forgot how bad of guards these ponies were.
Were.
Yeah. So
Do you have any faith in these people?
No.
no, not at all. Not even slightly.
Yeah.
I like to pretend that the night guard are actually competent. That's why you never see them.
Yeah.
But you guys are admitted in, and the first thing you noticed is everybody looks exhausted. All of the guards, you see a few ponies in between buildings, and a few other creatures, changelings, the occasional dragon, the smaller ones, and a few yaks. So, are you guys?
They've been taking in quite a few refugees.
No
you guys-
Kieran? What happened to the Kieran village?
Who knows?
I hope they
haven't-
won't attack.
Tried to find out.
We can always
Oh,
ask. Let's
shit.
go on. We can always ask.
So, you guys going straight to the castle?
Yes, we are flying straight to the castle.
Okay. So you guys get to the castle, and first thing you see is a pair of the night guard. And even with being part of the guard, you Archon know very little about them actually.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Sit down and get a drink.
Previously, they had been used for special missions and accompanying Princess Luna, but for the most part, they kind of kept to themselves and weren't used in Equestria at large. And yes, in case anybody is wondering, they are both bat ponies.
Yes.
I mean,
I guess I would know
That's
all the
rules.
information you just said and nothing else.
Sure.
So
So, what do?
I asked them. Well, I asked them I had asked them why they're there, first of all, why they were called in. There's something serious going on here. Besides all the magic and death going on.
They both roll their eyes and say, "You haven't seen the giant attacking alicorn that keeps showing up?"
Actually, no.
That's confusing.
That explains quite a lot.
One of them comments, not to mention Daybreaker.
Oh,
The other one
makes things quite worse.
The other one says, and all of the other nightmares they keep sending. And he says this with a shudder.
Unfortunately, we've run into some of these nightmares ourselves. Hopefully, now that we're here, some assistance. But I don't know how much we can give.
I just realized I've been muted this entire time. I'm smart.
Good job. They both look at you and say, "Now, what are you here for?"
We're here to talk to Princess Twilight Sparkle. We have important matters that she needs to know about.
Yes. She sent us to do her own things.
They both stare at you for a minute with narrowed eyes, and then one of them steps inside. After a couple minutes, he comes out with a unicorn.
Alright.
And
Raven?
Do I know this unicorn?
You do not know this unicorn. He is also dressed in the Night Guard's armor.
Got it. Okay.
And he looks you over, and you see his horn flare as he casts a spell, and you feel a weird crawling sensation on your skin. And he says,
down, so to speak.
"This one's good." And
wait, are we feeling the stins crawling on our back?
So
did you put sands in this? I swear.
So the unicorn nods and steps back inside, and the guards both say, "We're going to have to ask that you leave all of your weapons in here," as they lead you into like almost a reception like area. You can see signs that there had been quite a bit of fighting that happened in here at some point. And they pull out a fairly large box.
Is a cube considered a weapon to you guys? Because, I mean, like, a cube can be a weapon to some people, but, I mean, it can also just be a regular cube to others.
I just kind of stare Quillian down. And
Alright, fine. I put the cube in the...
I put my hammer in the box, and I warn the night guards that our weapons aren't normal weapons, and they need to be guarded a little bit more closely than others.
Oh, and be careful not to hit the triangle button. That one can't make things go on fire.
Yes, that.
Don't push any of the buttons on the cube. It's been weird.
Just handle them with care. Is it alright if I keep my shield?
That book isn't a weapon, right?
The guards look at each other and say, "We're going to have to ask you to leave the shield as well."
Say, alright.
What about this book?
A little book.
I'll place my dagger in the box.
Okay.
I'm asking because, like, for the most part, it appears blank unless I ask questions. I wouldn't say it's a weapon. It's not like I can hurt anyone with it.
One of them disappears again and brings back the unicorn, and he casts another spell on the book and covers his eyes and says, "They probably shouldn't bring that," before stumbling back in the direction he had come from.
Hey, unicorn, was there something wrong with this book? You seem you don't seem well.
He doesn't seem to be paying attention as he muttering to himself as he walks off. And they both say at the same time, "You heard the man. Put it in the box." Or
Okay.
Pony.
Real quick, can someone do me a favor and do a quick recap of what just happened? Because I had to go take.
So we are now in Canterlot, and it's crazy. There are a lot of refugees. The city is fortified a lot more than it was before, and we're going through a security checkpoint to talk to Princess Twilight. And you need to put your weapons in the box.
I don't have any weapon.
The mask and the staff.
Mask is not a weapon.
The mask could be considered a weapon. Considering what just
Book
happened...
that tells the truth. Book that tells about lies is a weapon.
Considering what happened with the book, I would put the mask in the box.
And no, it's a book that tells about secrets.
Yes, it's the Book of Secrets.
Not all secrets are.
That's a good
heritage. Why would you make me get rid of an heirloom of my heritage?
Don't even bring that into the equestrian guards' hands. They're racist, remember.
The guards look at each other and say, "I don't see why we need a face mask either, so I guess he can keep it."
Alright. And then I
Bro, I can keep my book, but he can keep his mask? It's so rude.
It's literally called the Mask of the Flame Singer.
Did you say that out loud?
And
No,
never mind.
no, he did not say that out loud.
Okay, by executive decision, Ballistic didn't say that out loud.
Me using
I think
message
it's
to talk to
Ballistic's
Cullion.
decision.
Me using message to Cullion like, "Hey, don't say shit out loud."
I think whether or not he said it out loud should be Ballistic's idea. Decision.
No, I did not say it out loud.
So, I'm assuming
put my
that
shield-
Ellis is either muted and forgotten or not at the mic. At
No,
the moment.
I am here. I've been listening.
You dumped your weapon as well?
Yep.
Okay.
Like, can I bring in my axe?
So, once you guys have been divulged of all your weaponry, they let you inside. And a
Right.
different
Before I-
bat pony is making sure that you stick together and don't wander around as he takes you into another seating area and says, "Wait here." What do?
I start
Wait
whistling.
there.
So, okay.
He told us to wait here. Why would we do anything other than wait here?
Yeah,
We
well,
could start breaking
Because
stuff.
Ballistic is in the party?
I'm not saying this
I-
out loud.
Right,
I'm just
but I'm
noting to
upset.
the party. I'm not saying this out loud. I'm just noting to the party. I got through with pretty much all of my skills and weapons intact. The only physical weapon that I had them to worry about is a knife.
And technically, the only thing I had was the axe. So
Knife I never use.
yeah.
I mean, I made it.
Well, I mean, I guess you could say I spit some fire and I have some pretty cutting words. Please don't put a gag around my mouth. I don't want to be mute.
I haven't had the opportunity to buy it yet. I buy one? Like, I buy one somewhere in Canterlot?
I mean, at the moment, you are not on a shopping trip. You are meeting with Princess Twilight.
Yes, I understand. Like, would I be able to afterwards try and find one in the city?
Possibly.
Might be helpful to go and try shopping.
I mean, you can always find a bunch of socks and use those as gags.
So,
Listen, who doesn't need socks? Shows up to the final boss looking fashionable with her long socks.
I mean, like, for weapons and stuff, I feel
Like, what? I'm all about these songs, bro.
since you said it's right for
so
The socks are weaponized fashion.
Yes.
Weaponized fashion.
Talking about a world that has weaponized friendship. I don't think weaponized fashion is too much of an extreme.
Rarity would like to know your location. Anyways, Nameless, you can speak. Sorry, I keep cutting you off.
So, after a little bit, you guys hear the sound of hooves coming in, and much to your surprise, instead of just Princess Twilight, it is Princess Twilight and Princess Luna that are brought in with no less than 12 guards, all of which are in the
Oh my.
all of which
Oh, hey,
are
it's the cooler sister.
in
It's
the night guard armor.
best princess isn't gone. Yay!
We're gonna pretend he didn't, that he's minding his own business, right, Quillian?
Yeah, I actually say that out loud.
So, what does everybody do?
Well, are the princesses coming towards us? Or are they
My
walking
first
somewhere else?
question
They are walking towards you at the
is-
moment.
Well, I just say that. Yay,
I'm
best
gonna
princess is here. That's why I do.
I'm gonna kneel and greet them cordially, because, that's something that, subjects of the kingdom,
Yep, I do the same,
would
but in a
be
more
respectful.
military fashion.
I
Say,
mean,
ladies. Say,
To be fair, I've been in a question for, most of my life, so...
So, anybody else doing anything in particular before they approach
I'm-
fully?
I'm doing pretty much the same thing as Argo.
I heard you, Yoshi.
Alright, cool.
I will kneel.
Okay.
I will bow my head.
Okay. And Namik?
I'm just.
Okay. So, the pair get up to you guys, and Twilight comes up to Archon and asks, "So I was told you were here to bring me information. What did you have to say?"
Well, we were coming to tell you about the Nightmare Guard, but I suspect they've already been attacking you, haven't they?
She gives a pained look and nods.
We
We
encountered
killed
Fluttershy.
Sombra.
If you didn't
Yes,
notice,
Yes, we were able to fight and kill King Sombra, who attacked us in Ponyville. And
we were, by the way, able to figure out what the said that we showed you the first time we were here, but I'm pretty sure you figured out what it said too.
Hey, Namang, why did you just sound bass boosted?
yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Because I'm speaking into a much better microphone than normal and lowering my voice.
Got it. I still don't know what that means, so I'm gonna keep going on.
That's a really new, weird spell that you have where you just bass boost your voice.
So, would you tell them about all of that? Both princesses looked shocked at the fact that you even encountered King Sombra, and Luna nods when you mention the book.
Also, we ran into Chrysalis at one point, who's salty that her hive is gone and all that shit. But she didn't get turned into a nightmare, but also from that we found out Clothy Glow is somewhere and T-Rex kind of dead.
No, he isn't kinda. He's just
He's very
gone. Boom.
Yeah,
Dead.
he is
No
gone.
coming back.
He's dead.
He ain't
You guys
close to
seen-
Sombra.
There is no T-Rex anymore.
Is there any word from Manhattan today?
They
Oh yeah,
both-
that's important.
They both
Yes.
look at each other worried and ask, "What about Manhattan?"
I recently had a dream. I thought it might have been
I had
a
a
vision
dream.
of events, but apparently not, thankfully. I had a
Does
vision
it
of
still
this whole
exist?
town- Yes.
They
And
Twilight speaks up and says, "We haven't heard anything from Manhattan recently, but we also haven't heard anything from barely anyone other than the few refugees that have made it in."
It might be smart to have some guards or some others there to try and help them, maybe.
I don't know. It would be better if we went, probably. I say, I recently had a dream about Manhattan. Just the other night, actually. It was a vision of Sol Tenebris completely destroying the city and everyone inside.
At this, Luna's eyes go wide and she takes a half step back and asks, "Are you sure?"
Positive.
Oh,
There's
yeah,
no
did we
doubt in my
forget to
mind.
mention Sultanabris is back?
I
Yeah, we
think
kind
they
of
know that already.
failed.
I think they know.
I think they know.
You hear a snort from one of the guards when you mentioned that he's back.
I mean, we can always try and get Durak to eat his wings and
Yeah,
just
that's not
just
gonna work.
saying.
Remember, his wings aren't actually made out of emeralds or rubies or whatever it was.
Rubies.
I completely forgot about that. I honestly just thought you were gonna try and have a dragon eat the flesh wings of this, like, big bad eagle guy. I was so confused.
I mean, I could do it.
If that's assuming you make it there alive.
Yep.
Yeah, we could probably.
If all else fails, we can just wing eating and horn eating thing. Then an earth pony is a lot less harmful than an owl.
I think you were putting too much.
Yeah, I think we're putting a little bit too much stock in eating rubies. Just saying.
So
I agree.
There is another thing. We had a dream once of a shadowy figure.
It is.
There was also another one that we had that told us about several artifacts of power.
Which have been collected.
the pair look at each other in confusion, and Luna kind of looks thoughtful for a moment and then says, "I did notice something was lurking in the dream realm, but I didn't think much of it."
Then possibly
I got a box
is
that makes things go on.
possibly that which is lurking in the dream world is what has been contacting us.
Possible. But we don't even know what it is or what its name is.
We really don't.
No idea whatsoever.
You really don't know its name.
Ha. Funny joke.
Hold on just a sec. Okay. So they Luna comments that even with her abilities, the dream world has become extremely difficult to traverse after all of that has been happening, and says that it's entirely possible that other things have been managing to get in and out of it. She asks if...
And out.
She nods, but doesn't give any more information.
We have these artifacts that we know little to nothing about. We were wondering if there was anything in the library that would be able to help.
At this, Twilight's ears perk up and she says, "I'm sure that we have something," and immediately trots off in the direction of the library, followed by about half of the guards. Is everybody following, or?
Should
Yep.
we?
Yep.
I look kind of towards the rest of the group and say, should we follow her?
I think so.
Follow.
Okay.
I'm already following her. I didn't even wait.
Yeah.
So
Maybe want to let her see hammer. X.
Yeah, I also like to mention several of those artifacts of which we mentioned were confiscated.
She says something to one of the guards, and they take off. And once she gets to the library, as if she knew the exact placement of every book, she starts walking through the library, pulling random books off the shelf.
What do you mean, as if? Of course she knows where every book is.
Yep.
I wasn't going to say it, but you're probably right. But she floats a number of different books off of the shelves and asks, "So, what artifacts are we talking about?"
Well, there's an axe, hammer, a book, a mask, and
Talisman.
She
a
looks,
An amulet.
she looks extremely interested when you guys mention the book, but other than that, she gives you a look and says, "Yes, because that tells me so much."
don't exactly know the names of all of them.
Well-
Specifically the axe, which is what we need to know.
We can tell you where we found them.
Yes, we do know where they came from. At
I know
least.
the name of mine.
I know
And
mine.
if the guards would be so nice as to let us show you the artifacts, that might also possibly be helpful.
As if on cue, the guard returns with the box of your guys' stuff on his back.
Is he following us, or was that just really well timed?
Yes.
Well timed.
So he sets the box down, and Twilight asks, "So which one do you want to see if we can figure out first?"
I take my mask off and levitate it over to her.
She
Oh wow, he has a face. I forgot.
she takes a look at it and says, "I really haven't seen much in that looks like this. It's a very
It's
interesting
called-
design."
It's called the Mask of the Flame Singer.
She looks thoughtfully, tapping a hoof to her chin before pulling out a book from one of the stacks and flipping through it, and says, "We don't have terribly much on the Kieran, but what we do have mentions that he was at one point a well-known hero of your people." She flips through some more and it says, "The last recorded thing we had from him about him was he went to fight one Kieran war against the dragons."
He died.
Yeah, he's dead. We found his body.
I mean, it would be a miracle if he had survived this long.
Well, Spark seems to think so.
She
I
gives
am.
you,
I am.
It was very sad when he saw his map.
I am still wearing that pendant. So if at the mention of his name he wants to come out,
you don't get any actual reaction from the mention of his name.
well, I rub the pendant, try to do something.
The ethereal Kieran appears, looking rather perturbed at being disturbed.
This Twilight is Spark.
She leans forward and with wide, excited eyes and says, "I've never seen anything like this."
Yeah, neither have I until now.
Twilight hasn't seen something? Wow, what a new day.
Oh my god.
So what this is, what he is, or this, I don't know. I call him Spark. That's what he told me to call him. He was basically guarding the chest that held the mask and wouldn't let me open it. said his master, which the flame singer, was the only one that could open it.
As she leans back again, says, "Unfortunately, we don't have too much on the Kirin. They generally tended to keep to themselves."
I sure hope they're doing all right now.
She shrugs and says that when we started trying to help people evacuate, nobody was able to find their village.
Probably helps.
So, Spark, what do you know of this mask? Is there anything that you can portray that would help?
He gives you a look and says you wear it.
Thanks. I've been doing it.
You're welcome. a guardian spirit with an attitude.
I like it.
So, what are you guys doing now? We gonna go to the next item?
Let's figure out what my axe does.
So, you, I'm assuming you place the axe up so that she can take a look.
Yep.
So, she goes to touch the axe, and it almost immediately quadruples in size to a point that she couldn't lift it even if she wanted to.
Oh my.
And it also knocks out several shelves.
I'm gonna help make those shelves because I'm a nice bug.
She looks a bit frazzled after that and asks, "Where did you find this?"
Actually,
We found it next to the
with
mask.
Kirin.
Yeah, we found it with the dragon that was preferably killing.
Killing the unnamed king.
Yep.
Also, out of character, somebody's camera is on.
Somebody's camera.
Is it mine?
It's fairs.
That is your.
It's fair.
It's the valid one.
It is mine. I was wondering why that happened.
So, the Twilight looks at it thoughtfully and opens a different book and says, "There isn't much mention of dragons using weapons, but the one that I can find does happen to be an axe. It says here that it was known as Blood Drinker, and I have nothing on who wielded it."
Hold up.
Say the name.
Axe
Say the name.
that drinks blood.
Say the name.
Concerning.
Back back and say the name.
Please don't say the name of the
Maybe
thing in a
not
place.
inside the library. Please, I have enough control. You can too.
So you taking your axe back, or what are you going
Yeah,
to do?
I'm taking my axe back.
Okay.
What thing?
Hey,
Drinker.
Hey, Twilight, you like books, right?
Yes.
Twilight gives you
A fellow book enjoyer.
a no duh
I-
type look.
I like gesture to the book like, hey, this is a cool book.
Should read it.
Are you offering it to her?
She can't take it, like, for good, but, like, if she wants to, like, look at it and, like,
That's what I meant.
possibly... Yeah. Yeah, if she wants to, like, try and determine stuff about it, sure, go ahead, look.
So she takes the book and starts flipping through it, and she seems mildly confused at first, and then
Oh, does it appear blank?
will you let me finish talking?
Sorry.
And then, as she continues to flip, her eyes widen and says, "I've never seen anything like this." And as she continues,
Wow.
she looks at you guys, and her eyes go even wider is like, I've never even heard of anything like this. And taking the book, she walks to a particular bookshelf, pulls down 2 books, and steps down a stairway that's revealed by the moving bookcase. You guys can feel free to follow.
Okay, yeah, we're following. We're allowed to.
I'm gonna say that's unfair.
Following.
Yeah.
So as you guys follow her down, first thing you realize is this is the restricted area of the library.
Oh, the restricted section. Oh wait, shit. This is the restricted section of the library. Is Ballistic allowed to be here?
I think on that note, he probably should stay up.
Oh wait, never mind. His character's above age, even though he isn't.
He is a bit of a blabbermouth, though, so he might give off some that he might here.
Actually, Quillian is only around 18.
It is not that restricted section, Arden.
I know, I was joking. I was joking. Sawtooth can get mad at me anyways when I made that joke.
He's not here.
Yeah, which is why I was able to make it.
She starts going through the books and pulls one out. And this book looks like it's old enough to be older than Tenebris himself. It is an absolutely ancient book.
Oh, that book's old.
And she starts carefully flipping through the pages and shakes her head and says, even the oldest tomes that I have don't mention anything like this.
If it helps, we found it in the deepest depths of the Changeling Hive.
It helps knows the Book of Secrets.
She shakes her head and says, well, there have been mentions of a Book of Secrets before. I don't think this is the same thing. And she
Why not?
Levitates the book back to you.
Itself is the secret.
And it says, I would be careful with it. And looks at the rest of you. Next.
Alright, I think the last one is outside of mere ballistic. I will give her.
I will say that you can mention other people's items.
Yeah,
as
I
well.
think while we're on the Changeling side,
just-
why don't we
that's a good point.
keep going on that train?
Oh, yeah. The necklace amulet thing of avarice. The greedy thing.
Yep.
As you mention that, she looks alarmed and pulls out a scroll and starts reading through it before saying, I knew I have heard that before, and points to a picture. Is anybody going to come take a look?
look.
Yes?
No look.
I would assume we'd want to take a look. It's like, oh, here's a picture of it. Just none of us walk over.
You'd be surprised
Yeah.
how many times that a party has done that. But yes. So you guys, when you take a look at the picture, the first thing you notice is a massive blue ram. And
Wait, by any chance, through my readings of history, would I recognize this ram?
you do recognize... Actually, how about we make a history check?
Ooh.
Because I know
I
that is
know.
a thing. So let's see if you actually know who this is.
Oh,
Even
boy,
though I
it's
know
time to
you
make-
know who this is. I also need to...
You know what, I'm adding a bardic inspiration die to this because I want to roll well.
I too plan
Oh, hell yeah.
know who it is.
What does a 34 in history get me?
I think you know what it is.
Okay.
You
So,
know everything there is to know about history ever.
anybody else that would like to attempt to know things about the thing can go ahead and also roll history.
I'll
and
stay
see
out
if
of
you-
this.
So,
Well, it's not-
so I can do that,
someone-
right?
What's that?
Wait,
Please
so
roll better than me.
Quillian has died.
Yes.
Who is dead? R.I.P.
His mic has died. I don't know what he was trying to say. So, anybody else attempting to roll before I?
Give me 1
I
second.
am not.
Hello.
Hi.
He's not rolling anything, so I think
Dr. Tabor.
yeah, he hasn't rolled anything, so I think it's good.
I'm going to disconnect him just in case.
no,
Yeah,
no,
I
no,
don't know.
Oh, there he
Never
is.
mind.
no,
What happened?
'Cause I
nothing.
couldn't-
I just wasn't talking.
Okay. What were
Okay.
you trying to say then?
He's dead again.
Great, the really talkative one isn't talking. How do we know if he's alive?
We don't know. That's the
We could stab him and find out.
I,
So hey, so I don't,
History is one of the skills in that you can roll for.
I would like to roll, but I don't have the ability to roll.
What's your plus intelligence?
Intelligence, I do believe, is a 1, +1.
I'm guessing you also do not have proficiency.
A barbarian
I-
with proficiency in
No, I
history.
do not.
that would be
Right.
amazing.
Sounds about right. 9 seems about right.
So you know absolutely nothing about this fair. It is just a blue goat to you.
That's kind of what I figured, but I thought I'd give it a try.
Oh my gosh, is
Pretty
that
sure.
I'm gonna go ahead and make Yoshi do it too, just out of curiosity to see if he can get it.
Alright.
Still
Just on that
waiting to
off
see if
chance, like there was
Ballistic-
this one time you
I
read an
haven't used
article
my
in a
intelligence
book or
forever. I don't even
something.
have a +2 intelligence. Okay, I got a 19.
Okay.
Think you're not playing
Ballistic. Okay, so Ballistic is dead again.
no, I'm still
You
still
lost
here.
it.
I just.
Then why aren't you answering?
What do you mean? I am.
Your mic keeps cutting in and out.
Yes.
No, it's.
Yeah,
I'm
Yes,
just not
it is.
talking.
but not for us.
You
No,
haven't
it's
answered
cutting in
every
and out.
time I have asked you if you were going to roll.
No.
Okay. So for those of you that have rolled as Sec for Fair, you recognize this as Grogar. You only know Yoshi because you happened to be standing guard when you heard Discord and Twilight arguing about it. But
Well, what can I say? I lived a small life in a small village.
for the rest of you, you do recognize the figure as Grogar. And rather than having the usual bell that he is portrayed with, you see a amulet floating in front of him with a magical aura. You know, the fancy old wannabe hieroglyphic type drawing that depicts magical things are happening here.
Got it.
Yes.
That sort of thing.
And Twilight explains that the Amulet of Avarice was actually a prototype for the bell.
Got it.
Interesting.
So
Quite.
he's
don't
also
have the
carrying
bell
around
currently anywhere, do we?
Rogard's old bell. He's gonna flip
Or
out.
prototype.
Bewitching bell.
So,
Witching bell. The witching hour.
Just a curiosity thing. Not in character. Was the bell destroyed?
Yeah,
no-
the bell
The
was
bell
destroyed.
was destroyed.
Oh, was it?
I
The
couldn't
bell was
remember.
destroyed in the same.
In the
blast
Rainbow
that
Laser.
Petrified the villains. Yeah.
Well, okay, it was rendered without magic, I think. I don't think it explicitly cracked or anything.
You sure.
Yeah, because that's how Pinky got chaos magic.
I don't think it was ever explicitly said whether it was destroyed or just it took the magic that wasn't Grogar's.
I thought it just was
So
rendered
then-
without magic.
My question then in character is, where is the bell?
She gives you a flat look and says, "We're not giving that to any of you."
We don't need it. We have better artifacts.
Well-
I hit that dab.
My
It-
thought is that using it against Sultanabris, but that could backfire. But
Yeah.
She says that despite the that might possibly being a decent idea, it is too powerful of an artifact to just have laying around and accessible to people that could steal it.
that is a fair point.
Sawtooth learned that kind of thing.
So, are you going to give her the next item, or are you guys done?
I'll give her the hammer if ballistic's not going to do anything.
Okay.
So she takes a look at the hammer and says that most of the stuff she says that you are already aware of, except when she mentions that the hero who I gave a name but have subsequently forgot it has never been seen since the last battle he fought. But he
You mean that half dead guy?
Is that battle against Mospies?
He actually was famous for defeating quite a large number of the Aramospi.
Understandable.
Aramospi territory exists.
If you
They still
want to
have
know, we do know where he's at.
Oh yeah, we saw it. We saw bones.
She blinks and says that's not possible. He's a griffin, he should be dead.
Yeah,
He's not exactly alive, but
He's
he
a
is
death rabbit. He
living.
He's unfortunately.
Is it living or is it unliving?
He undead? Yeah, that's one way to put it. He's undead.
If he's undead, are you unliving?
Undead just sounds better. But she looks at you guys with this look of open-faced shock and asks, "How do you?" And
She's been surprised a lot recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like 4 times this one night.
kind of gave us the axe, or the hammer, kind of like.
Stay here tonight.
So what am I gonna have to do to work for your TV thing?
She just shakes her head and says, "We don't have time right now to investigate this," and pushes the hammer back towards Archon.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
Ballistic's got his cube unless he doesn't want to look into it.
I do.
Give her
So
the cube.
she looks at it and says, "I've actually heard several stories on this one, although none of them are consistent. The only consistent thing that seems to run through all of the stories is the fact that it was owned by a Pegasus thief. And it could do many different things, although what exactly it could do is never really decided for sure."
Just give us a list because it does a lot.
I mean, how many books do you want to carry around?
I'm just saying, like a verbal list. Us.
I mean, honestly, at this point, it's gotten famous enough to supposedly sprout entire cloud cities, to picking locks by itself, growing legs. It's so
Into a
very.
dragon.
That one I have not heard.
I can pick locks all by myself too. It ain't special.
I mean, you're not a limbless cube, though.
Just you've so far
That's what
seen.
you think. I would like to use my changing powers to turn into a limbless cube just because.
She gives you
This is purely out of spite.
She gives you a "Are you kidding me?" look.
I can
I
exactly
maintain
picture this face.
I maintain the form of a cube, and you can just feel like the smugness as an aura coming off of
The
this
smug.
cube.
Hold on. Hang on. Wait a minute. I have a meme for this.
Smug cube intensifies.
We've seen this cube create walls of fire, shoot grappling hooks, bestow strength.
I heard a roll, I got really scared. Are you rolling damage against me?
I can't even explain what the last thing it did was. Also has a fire ray that shoots out the front of it.
She shrugs and says that other than the multi-tool, occasionally it is also called the puzzle cube. So that might have something to do with it.
Sure puzzles us.
It's the Millennium Puzzle.
What the heck is the multi-tool?
Nice.
Please ignore Quillian.
He calls it the multi-knife, but it's the multi-tool.
Yes.
We think he might have impairments.
Hang on. Meme incoming.
Pretty certain he has several impairments. Not because we've been hitting
It's
him
the
on the head.
multi-knife. It's a multi-knife. I don't know what you guys are talking.
Oh, that's funny. So
Not like this cube.
Smug. It's smug aura Mox.
Case in point, impairments.
Oh god. Reed's going crazy.
Wait, we should also possibly ask hey, we've been randomly been feeling pain sometimes after using our magical items. Do you think you know what's going on with this?
she looks slightly concerned and says, "Let me try something," and casts.
And before we take more pain?
Cast a spell, and says, after he's done, she says, "As far as I can tell, other than the side effects of the Amulet of Avarice, we're going to pretend that you have it with you to make this easier.
Yeah.
Other than the side effects of the Amulet of Avarice, when used during casting, there should be nothing causing actual harm to you. Not direct harm." She quickly corrects, looking at
Damn, too bad the bot can't join the channel because it's I really want to play the Seinfeld theme where it's dun dun dun
Boom.
dun.
Life gives you lemons.
But she basically gives you the there's no reason it should be hurting you unless directed at you or you're standing too close to the user of the Amulet of Avarice.
Which again does not help us at all. Yeah, hooray! I really wish my in real life perception wasn't 4.
So, you guys have had your items inspected. What do?
We've learned.
Maybe we should head to Cancer a lot since we recollected with them.
Personally, I'm gonna suggest maybe we go and visit Manhattan on our own.
Okay.
Yeah.
Volunteer ourselves instead of sending other
Shop for a.
Oh, we should also tell her that Applejack's alive.
Yes.
So is Fluttershy.
Yes. I was
Yeah,
going
and we're
to
also
that we
gonna
encountered
try and.
and then we didn't.
Well, we should also tell them that we're gonna try and keep her friends alive and save them if possible, because that would be a good thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
She
That's
looks
the plan,
relieved
anyway.
as you tell her this.
Yes.
Because they're good horses and should be kept safe.
Unfortunately,
Even
when
if
we
they try to
encountered
kill us.
No, we are still gonna try and help.
Exactly, even if they try to kill us,
Yeah.
Mhm.
which they already have.
Mink, why did
Yes,
you ping
several
me?
times. There's some shenanigans
To
going
draw
on.
your attention.
Yeah. Alright, so
I
I'm
shop
just
for a
gonna
muzzle encounter lot.
What's up?
Can I shop for a muzzle encounter lot?
suppose we have some time to buy some things.
Yes, you can go
Do
shopping
we have
at
money?
Counterlot.
The real question is, do you have money?
I do, because the one who the muzzle is for foolishly gave it to me.
Okay.
Yeah, good.
So you guys are welcome to go ahead and go shopping.
That is
Can I
what
buy
I'm
some
doing.
plate armor? Actually, better yet, can I stop by the Royal Guard armor? Acquire some plate mail.
Yes, you can do so.
Awesome, I'm gonna go acquire some plate mail. Will come in handy in the future. Puts my armor class up to, this is not nice.
Was there anything else?
20.
The only available plate mail, though, is in the Night Guard colors.
That's fine. I'll accept it.
Can we also, like, find, those, like, gem things and, like, spell materials? Because, like, I'd really like to be able to revivify someone if someone goes down.
Yeah, that would be helpful.
So, what
It'd really suck if one of us died.
what price do you need for your?
It's 1,000, I think. Let me look.
No, 1,000 is for something else. I'm looking up a spell right now. I think it was 250.
Looking up Revivify, 300.
Oh,
300 gold
300.
pieces.
300 gold.
300 gold pieces total. That's normal gold, so it's going to be like 30,000, 300,000.
Do we have that many bits?
No. I have 10. I have like
Why do we have, like, no
1,000.
bits?
How much is a
Because
muzzle?
we are adventurers.
We're adventurers and we have no loot.
We
Wow,
haven't
we suck
been
at
getting
adventuring.
paid, and we didn't take any diamonds
So-
from the diamond dogs.
Hey, so, I'd like to channel our divine or whatever patron and be like, yo, we haven't gotten paid. When are we gonna get our paycheck?
You find that there is no answer.
How much is?
I have
Well, that's
mentioned,
funny, because
however, that there was a way that you could make money.
On my character sheet, it says I have 1,400 bits.
I mean, I can go,
Yeah,
like,
I have way
perform
less.
music and be a good bard, but, like, do we
Exactly.
want to go?
You can. Do you want to?
We kind of need some bits, so I'm gonna do it. Anyone want to join me trying to make some bits?
I'll join you. In fact, I'll
I
just.
can play a
While you're doing that,
mean thing.
while you guys
I'm
are
pretty
doing
good at
that, I'm gonna
performing.
just.
I mean, you know.
I'm gonna do what I do best. Be a royal guard and help around.
Okay.
Royal guards too.
So the Royal Guard is doing Royal Guard things for money? Or
Just for normal soldier pay. Like I'm doing my duty as a soldier.
Wants to collect his pay.
Okay.
That also.
So
I'm going to join the bard by using like prestidigitation to cast beautiful lights all over everywhere and perform.
Yeah, and I can also use my Sleight of Hoof to do magic tricks.
okay.
I'm
So
playing the
Illusionist all
harmonica.
over again.
can my 3 performers all roll performance?
Oh, I should probably have bonuses in performance. That'd be smart.
Ha, ha, I do. Because
I only have a plus 12 to performance. I'm sorry.
Wow, that's pathetic. I thought you'd have
A
more.
bard? Yeah. I mean, she does a better job with the magic than the wizard does.
Yeah,
Damn it!
that's
I only
why
rolled a
expected
27.
That's embarrassing, Argo.
Can
You
someone
You
got
roll
trying?
something with a +5?
I didn't even get to the 30s.
So
I-
Yoshi, you actually do have some money waiting for you from previous pay. You end up with 15,000 bits.
15,000? Okay.
Heck yeah.
That goes into what, 15 gold pieces?
Yes.
puts me at 25.
And for the performers, let's see how they did. Okay. I'm still waiting for 2 more performers to do their roll.
Who are the other performers doing their things? Also, should I make a sleight of check for my other stuff, or no?
Did you only have 1 gold, Ellis? Or 10 gold? Everybody make sure they checked their character backgrounds except for Namink, because Namink lost all of his money. And
Don't worry.
I just didn't have any. I didn't have any to start with.
Your character background didn't give you any starting equipment or money?
Don't worry.
Not that I remember. I didn't remember having to deal with that.
That was one of the things that I told you guys to pick the character background for. The pluses and the equipment it gives you.
Yeah, I don't remember that part.
You might want to check and see.
Did some selling and bartering and something.
Okay.
I had 10 gold to begin with because of Soldier. I had all that all set up. Well, dang, that is epic.
I'm gonna look up backgrounds.
I think just get extra money for this because we're helping lift the spirits of a oppressed city.
Right now, I'm waiting for you guys to finish rolling for the performance you were doing.
Roll. Sorry, I had doctor things to take care of.
Oh, that sounds important.
What's your performance plus?
+5 to performance.
What did you roll?
Okay. You rolled the net.
One. I rolled.
Are you kidding me? You don't get to roll for me anymore.
How did you?
Yeah. Mega.
I'm genuinely surprised.
Same. Shooketh.
No, I'm genuinely surprised.
You don't get to roll for me anymore.
Namiki also needs to roll for himself.
Did.
Yeah, that's true.
It's above your percentage roll before Argo rolled.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Oh yeah, also I literally didn't get any gold from my background.
And I would re-roll if you'd like me to.
Actually, I'm going to let Yoshi re-roll that.
Oh, never mind, 10 gold.
What am I rolling?
A +5 for the performance for Fair, since he's not at the computer.
Okay, it's a 20 altogether.
Okay. So
I could still re-roll my own because you didn't.
No, you're sticking with that one.
Okay.
So, you guys all together managed to earn a total of 60,000.
Nice.
Oh shit!
Not bad at all.
How many is that? 3 of us?
Yes, the 3 of you all together.
So we each basically made 2,000 gold pieces.
20,000.
I said gold.
Oh, gold?
Yeah, because I need to write it in gold as well.
Bits count as copper, so just go up that way.
We each got 20,000 copper.
Yes.
Bits.
It's like 20 gold.
Boy, I got lots of muns now.
Wait, so is that 200 gold then?
It should be 20 gold.
Why are there?
Oh wow, that's awful.
You also have to remember, this is one of the weirdest economies.
Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, okay, that is completely fair. That is completely fair.
How much is a muzzle?
So,
I'm gonna say it's not 20,000.
So, after a bit of wandering around, the only muzzle you seem to be able to find is meant more for pulling things. So,
Does it still silence the one that speaks?
I mean, it has a bit, and it covers the majority of the muzzle. Is that what
You
you
know
would
what?
like to try and buy?
How
I'm
much
not
is it?
involved in this.
It is a 250 bits.
I'm not getting involved in this.
Alright, I'm good at bartering, as in I have a way with words. Maybe I can get that down a little.
Let's see this way with words.
So, for the way that this works is if you're trying to haggle the price down, you have to roll persuasion and then actually haggle it.
Alright, so you said it was 25 bits? Or 250 bits?
250, yes.
250 bits? I'm gonna say...
Before we do this,
Maybe we should just let Ballistic talk, and then he'll give it to us to make him shut up.
this would
We can use that as background.
What are you trying to say to me?
This muzzle would successfully silence the wearer.
From what you can tell looking at it, it would make it to where he sounds like he's got his mouth full of something.
It's still effective.
It's still
Like I said,
effective
I'm not
enough.
doing anything.
So,
Is that the city like this doesn't have any kink shops or anything, but you know.
Sim, add that to the kink counter.
Alright, so I'm going to say... like 180 bits, and I'm gonna be making my roll.
okay. Let me...
I go this sucker.
Really bad at partying.
So... Let's see. Hold on. Doing rolling. And... So the shopkeeper, who happens to be a mule, looks at you and is like, "Are you trying to rob me?" He's got this like very...
I'm not trying.
He's got an irritated look on his face, and it points out the door and says, "You see this guy out there? You think business is good here?"
Fine, 210. Making a roll.
So he pauses and rubs his chin with a hoof and says, "I guess I could part with it for that."
Alright, nice. I got us like a 40-bit discount. I'm using message to someone to say this, not around the guy, because I don't want to sound rude to him.
Well, since Namink is buying it, I would assume that you were saying it to him.
Yeah, I'm messaging Namink like, hell yeah, I just got us like 40 bits off.
How do y'all's perform math in the
I think it's just slash roll, and then you put the number equation instead of the dice.
Yeah. I don't know why it was so funny to just see 20 plus 1.
Well, you can't argue with the numbers, boys. It's a nat 20.
So,
So you need me to roll it for you?
Roll 20 plus 1.
for
21.
all
Thank
of the
you.
peoples that are not doing things, which I'm pretty sure is just Ballistic and Ellis, roll perception.
No.
Are you all good, bro? Uh-oh.
So Ellis is currently looking at the ground, wondering where his toes went.
Yes. The floor here is made of floor.
Yes, this floor is made out of floor.
But Ballistic, as he is flying around Canterlot doing ballistic things, it watches as a black streak comes from the ground outside the castle and slams into the force field around the top of the
Oh, that sounds upsetting.
That doesn't sound very
wall.
good.
Do I know where the others?
You do know where the others are, but you also can roll perception again to see if you can spot what it is that actually hit the wall beforehand.
Okay.
So, as you attempt to get a closer look, you see the flash of an orange Pegasus as they fall from where they had initially just kind of stuck to the side of the force field from the amount of force they hit it with. You also notice that the shield is kind of rippling around where they hit it before they fall back over the off of the force field and off towards the moat.
Is this where we queue up the stay aria?
What's that?
Yeah.
I said, is this where we queue up the stay aria? Because the force field's gonna go down. Like the season 2 finale.
I am very confused on what you're talking about.
This day was going to be perfect.
Oh,
yeah,
The day which I was dreamed since I was small.
Yeah, that's the song, the stay aria.
Don't know the rest of the words.
Gather round, say I look lovely in my gown. What they
But
don't
you
know
don't know is that I...
Oh.
Yeah.
So, what are you going to do now, Ballistic?
I go to where group is and to go alert them about what.
Well, that's mostly going to be the performers. Because I am off doing
Except
roller
Ellis.
in a different area.
Performance juggling stops.
So
Fair
you're
is juggling
informing
Ellis,
the 3 performers?
Who are they?
Fair,
Namink, Fair,
and
and Argo are the performers.
Okay,
Ellis
yes,
is doing his own thing, and
Ellis is
Yoshi is
apparently
doing
with
guard
Fair.
things.
Ellis is apparently with Fair, is what he's saying.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
He is
so
on top of Fair.
okay, so I whisper into the 3 performers' ears about what's going on.
So, what do?
Heck.
That is a very appropriate situation.
Maybe we should go investigate.
I think that sounds like a good idea. Also, does Ellis know? Not Ellis. Yoshi know about this Archon because he is currently doing Royal Guard stuff.
He'll find us soon enough.
I'll go and try and find Archon to tell.
So, as you guys step outside, you hear something like that could only be described as a tree being ripped in half.
Wow, that tree's gonna have a really bad day.
And quite a few guards are running back and forth now, both royal and knight. What do At this point, Archon is also within eyeshot. I don't know why I said it that way. But you
Please don't shoot with other eyes.
Eyesight.
But you didn't know that I can shoot bullets out of my eyes. I am the most magical griffin you will ever meet.
I can shoot out of my eye.
Most interesting griffin.
You better believe it. I don't always shoot shit out of my eyes, but when I do, it's straight up bullets.
What do?
I'm gonna go investigate what's going. Like go towards the wall or something. Like, because I presume Ballistic told us what he saw.
Yeah, except Ellis.
I'm gonna go investigate the area that happened at.
So, the area that it happened at is actually right above the drawbridge, and the first thing you notice is the drawbridge is down.
That's not good.
And you also notice that the drawbridge is down because somebody ripped it open.
No.
We
I
need to put the
vote we
drawbridge
all
down.
back off and try and find the person who.
Well,
We're going to need to put this back down.
if you guys would like, you can attempt to roll perception to see past the crowd of guards that is standing in the way.
I would like to attempt to roll perception.
I'll do the same. I'm going to roll up, fly up over the crowd and look.
Rolling.
Good job,
Rip.
Namink and
Wow, I rolled terribly.
Especially good job, Fair.
I
Okay.
find it amusing that there is two distinct
Give it to the
sides for the groups. One that either just rolls complete crap and it doesn't matter, and the other side of the group, they roll complete crap and they still pass everything. So
Is Ballistic doing
Just want to remind.
Ballistic,
Yes.
did you roll a second time, or was because I can't remember if the
I rolled a second time.
Did you roll for looking around the guards?
Yeah.
So
He
that
rolled
ni-
a 19.
The 19
All
was for. I was just making sure. Because I forgot something had been rolled in between.
A warning, Argo. The neutral evil character doesn't necessarily like you doing better at everything. He's at his best and you're at your worst.
Is that a threat?
Better not be a
So
threat.
Namink and
Yeah,
Fair are staring longingly into each other's eyes for unknown reasons to them as well. But the basically the rest of the group looks around, and the first thing you notice is the skeletal figure that had addressed you about the items, looking much more solid than before, although solid can be quite debatable with the appearance of his spectral body, standing off against a number of guards. Behind him is an unconscious orange Pegasus and a very familiar, much larger figure that you recognize as your patron.
Huh.
At this point, the night guards are all arrayed around them with spears at the ready. And
Go.
both Luna and Twilight are on their way up behind you guys. What do
Should we do something about this?
Yeah.
Hey, I think I know that horse. That
We
horse
should
doesn't have a
probably
name.
mention that we know them, or at least
hey,
recognize them.
how you doing? Last time we saw you, we
Please
were
put this muzzle
Him
on.
slamming the muzzle on his face.
Aw, I thought
Oh yeah, you.
we agreed on the 15 seconds.
15 seconds.
Yes, but like this is probably important.
Okay.
There's
Just
something
because it's probably good to make sure that this horse without a name doesn't get like hurt.
Did I successfully muzzle him, or do I have to roll something for that?
Dexterity. Dexterity contested against his dexterity.
So we'll just say that you successfully muzzled him.
While this is occurring, I would like to move up to where this horse without a name is, and then be like,
I'm doing this.
"Hey, please don't hurt this lad. He is very helpful to us and
I'm
good."
doing the same thing. Say, this is the one who set us on the course of adventure.
Luna,
This is
remember
the horse without a name.
And then I
remember the
go
one we told you about a little bit ago? Yeah, that'd be him.
and then I go up next to him and also say,
Oh my god.
He blasts you in the face with magic. That's it. The horse without a name just killed Ballistic.
The only one that is conscious right now is the skeletal one, and he looks at the group of y'all with like utter confusion and says, What are you talking about?
This horse doesn't have a name, and I'm pointing at the nameless horse.
I also point at Nameless and I say, this one's been appearing to. He's been appearing to us in our dreams, instructing us on how to best help this world.
I point at him too and say,
He gets this confused look and asks, "What did he say?"
Worry about what he says. We gave him a muzzle for a reason.
At this
Wait,
point,
just out of character, like 3D chess. This is Nameless just writing the next chapter of his fic.
oh no, I've already got most of this written.
Puggy.
That'd be great.
Puggy.
But at this point, both Luna and Twilight walk up and ask what's going on. Because at this point, it looks like you are all also in a standoff with the Night Guard.
I don't have any weapons. I'm very unarmed. I'm just kind of like, hey, can you like not hurt him, please?
I'm gonna look to Luna and say,
I'm doing the same.
the one we
only
told
I have
you
a weapon and
before. I'm gonna say to her, the one we were telling you about before, talking to us in our dreams and us as a group. This is him. I'm going to point to Nameless one.
Luna looks increasingly alarmed about this, and Twilight says, "We should probably keep them under custody for now until we have a better idea of who he is and..." No, this is not what that is.
I know.
I told you guys this would happen eventually, okay?
We know. I know, I'm memeing.
But
don't worry. I am making meme.
She says, we're going to have to keep him under custody for now until we have a better understanding of who he is and what he is here for.
My stream is broken.
Alright.
So, as she says that, a group of unicorns and Night Guard armor come out and start taking the three of them away. Twilight turns to you guys.
They're gonna be alright, right?
Twilight gives a pained look and says, "With the way things are right now, I cannot promise anything." And then tells you guys, it might be better if you go to Manhattan to check up on the situation.
Alright. We'll report back to you with everything that we know, as soon as we know it.
So, have you guys done everything that you needed to do already?
I think we did everything.
Okay.
Much.
Then you guys can go ahead and start your...
Well, before we leave, there was something that I wanted to do. I wanted to find someone that would have the ability to tell me more about the sigil that Spark is inside.
We probably should have asked that about Twilight when we were asking about all the things.
Well, I would have, but I was kind of busy with medical things.
Gotcha.
Now that I am back home and don't have to be periodically interrupted, I have more mind and thought to do so.
Alright.
Well, at this point, it's a bit late for that because she's already gone ahead to deal with the sudden new appearances.
Damn. Oh well.
We'll ask the next time we come back. We have to come back to reply, give her our report anyway. We'll ask her then. Hello, this is our patron. Please don't.
I'm sorry, that one's great.
That is a good
That
one.
is
Quality. That's a
Excellent.
quality
great.
move.
It is
Yeah, that's
basically exactly the way the party reacts anytime he starts doing that.
Pin that shit.
That deserves pinning.
I don't know if
All
we
in
have enough
favor of
room.
pinning.
You can remove old
Just
pin.
do it.
Yeah, but I
You
think
can remove
most.
some of the older memes.
Let me. Let's see.
See, the earliest meme.
Well, we go ahead and remove that.
The
First
By the way,
one
if
was
you're not
Purple
focusing on
Selfie.
anything,
We can't get rid of that one.
by the way, if you need to pick me up, just check the art dump real quick, because I just posted a wholesome ass image that looks so cute.
No, it's adorable. Very wholesome.
Okay. So, you guys are going to be doing the travels now.
Alright, we are traveling now.
Traveling song.
Oh, this is the
It's
traveling
hard.
song.
Excuse me, I'm the bard. I am the bard. This is literally my job. This is my job. Excuse me, sir. This is my job. Please let me sing. I'm made to sing, please.
somebody knock him out.
Some creature, please.
Give my
sing.
muzzle back.
Alright, okay. Are you ready for this? Okay, it's happening.
This is Yoshi's once per session.
Alright. Alright, here it comes. I didn't really want to do this with my new hammer because it does a lot of damage, but we're doing this. I roll to attack with advantage because of surprise.
Lethality.
And non-lethal.
Yes. What is it? It's 18. It's a nat 20. It's always a nat 20.
Every time.
I'm taking,
Alright, fuck the. Alright, well, fuck the advantage.
Yeah, you
taking my
literally
muscle back
cannot do
once he's
any better.
unconscious.
Alright, let me just. Hang on, I have this great gift.
Ah, jeez.
Not only did you just lay him out, you laid him out with a critical.
You better believe it.
So can I just note that even with the muzzle, it still ended with me getting knocked out just because it's not enough.
Muzzle is a precaution to help. You get knocked out after that, it's all your fault.
There it is. There's the gift.
There it is.
Yeah, that seems pretty accurate.
Yes.
This is basically how it goes. God damn it, 38. That's
You're
ridiculous.
welcome for that gift.
Oh yeah, no, thank you so much. When I boost the server, my animated picture is either going to be that or Yoshi falling down the stairs, because the Yoshi falling down the stairs is hilarious.
I haven't seen that one yet.
You have no idea. It's good.
I must see it now.
I feel like
Let me
this
just-
would be
hang on,
way
let me
more
stick the future.
anticlimactic, though, because it would literally be Yoshi, Quillian, SWAT.
Yeah.
Hang on. Here's the GIF. Ignore the extra text. Just look at the GIF.
Okay. That's great.
So,
Yeah,
Great, though.
I'm going to be using that.
as you get,
Hang on a moment. What?
It's great.
Isn't it amazing? We're getting sidetracked.
Yes.
okay.
All right, has everybody
About
looked
the
at the?
text?
Has everybody looked at the GIF?
Yes, except for the people in the stream.
All right, great. We're getting rid of the message because it doesn't need to be there.
My goodness. I read it.
It's too basic.
But I read it.
I did too.
Yeah, I know.
So,
You hoarder!
Argo,
Oh yeah.
that is for you.
What? Why am I taking so much damage?
Because you are fated to die.
Assume that you are taking it from full health.
Oh, thank God. That means I'm not down to 46.
Yeah.
Ramen noodles, Ben.
Christian!
Fair.
I effectively went up 4 hit points.
Pog you.
Apparently, other brother has been hiding the
And
ramen
ballistic.
noodles.
Huh? What did you say, Nameless?
You took 31 points of damage, Ballistic. Fair took 32.
Hey, Ballistic, how much health do you have right now?
52.
Okay, good, because if it was, like, actually low, I would be upset.
Is that your total health, Ballistic?
No.
Okay.
That's what I have now.
Current health.
Yeah, because, like, was gonna say...
Yeah.
Okay. So, you guys are coming within visual distance of what would normally be the skyline for Manhattan. And the first thing you notice is there's no skyline for Manhattan.
That's not good.
Is there no Manhattan?
From what you can tell, there is not.
That sounds terrible.
Are you going to get closer to further investigate?
Yes.
So, as you guys get closer and closer, you notice there is a spot in the distance that seems to be entirely devoid of all types of life. And the closer you get, the bigger it seems. Finally, you get within basically spitting distance of it, and there's a perfect circle of just black.
I'm gonna use See Invisibility. This probably means nothing, but I still want to use it.
You see nothing.
Damn it.
He means you literally see nothing.
The big bad evil guy, when he very clearly broadcast him destroying the city to us, actually made it all go invisible.
Yeah, wouldn't that be so cool?
Shoot,
It's
that
like
means
a bunch of
Stygian's dead.
Ah, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, we assume.
As far as you can tell, there is nothing left alive here.
Oh, my old home.
What do?
Oh, I'm homeless.
Alright. We are...
What do you guys do?
Well, I think we have to go back to Canterlot and report this.
Oh, I'm probably gonna have to contact the realtor.
Unless we want to go in and investigate further. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, what are the
back to
rent?
Canterlot.
What's the rent like for bookstores, Argo? I don't know.
It wasn't a bookstore. I was actually just kind of hiding out in a library. Yeah, they didn't know I existed there.
I mean, when you can literally turn into a mouse or a bug, it's
all they thought you were is just another book on the shelf.
Me trying to be an open book and I still don't get read. Sad bug hours.
So,
depressed bug noises.
Are you wanting to investigate further, or what?
Probably. Does it seem like fire occurred?
These are getting better and better, Ballistic. These are good. These are quality.
Have we tried going back to the Well of Shadows since we left?
But that's probably where we should go next.
It's actually
I don't
the
know
Well
what
of
we'll find there,
Shades.
but I don't know what we find there. But if we want to go, we can.
The Shade of Well.
So, if you would like to go to the Well of Shades again, you can.
I think if we do that, we need to go back to Canterlot first and at least report.
And before it's raid battle?
Yes.
So, you guys, not words. You guys aren't going to investigate further. You're going to go back to Canterlot, correct?
Will we investigate further?
You can. I didn't say you couldn't.
Alright, so do we want to investigate further?
Let's see if we can find anything here. At least one roll. If not, then we'll go.
Alright, that sounds like a good idea. That's pretty good. Fucking cringe.
I mean, all things considered, what exactly is there more to investigate?
Cool.
Let's see who came around, at least. or if any survivors did come or
So-
get out.
Considering that not even the wildlife is there,
Yeah.
I doubt anything's alive.
So as you look around, you do notice that for the most part it appears to have been essentially melted in a swirl pattern, and there is absolutely nothing living in the area that the fire happened. And it was big enough to span the entirety of the city of Manhattan, and if I remember correctly, that one's partially over water, and it hit that too.
Oh wow.
Say we go back and report, and then if
Yep. Since it doesn't look like it will gleam anything else out of this area.
Yep. I will note that a spell that powerful is still cast as a ritual and not a instant cast, just in case you guys are worried for later on.
Yeah, I kind of figured that was the case because it was a huge spell.
the way it happened sounded like a ritual.
Too bad I couldn't counterspell it.
You were in your sleep?
I can counterspell in my sleep. Just don't look too closely because you might see me be awake.
You also don't know what level that spell was. I'm going to point that out.
Back
Me
to
on my
Camelot.
way to roll nat 20s.
Oh yeah.
You guys head back to Canterlot. You have returned to Canterlot. They appear to have mostly... What the fuck was that?
I don't know what that was, but somebody yelled.
Yeah.
That's pretty good ballistic.
It did not sound like you. It
Yeah.
What?
Anyway.
Alright, so we're at Canterlot.
They've appeared to have managed, because it took you a couple days worth of travel to get there and back since you had to go on hoof. But when you get back, they appear to have fixed the drawbridge. That's the word I'm looking for.
That's good.
Hey, that got fixed.
So, while we're here, fair, if you want to ask about the sigils, we can. We can see about our patron, and then we can go on to the Well of Shadows, Well of Shades.
Oh, hey, we can see the next chapter of the fanfic now.
That's true.
So,
alright. So, we're gonna go in. We are going to a port. That's pretty good.
oh, that's funny.
Okay, so
you guys go through basically the same routine as the first time you visited, although this time they
none of us die.
They actually know who you are and don't have to ask the question. They do, however, use the same spell on Archon, because Archon is, I'm assuming, the one that goes up first.
What spell was that? I wasn't there for that.
I guess.
It wasn't specified.
Yes.
All we know is that
I'm just the guard, man.
yeah, all we know is that he got a spell cast on him, and then the spellcaster said, "Yeah, he's good."
Yeah. I don't do magic, so I don't know what it is at all.
Yep.
I'm guessing it's
I do magic. Do you need me to do something?
I'm going to assume it was probably to see if he was a changeling. Considering, the whole thing with knocking out guards and becoming changelings, or changelings becoming guards. So
that's a good point. Okay.
Yo, what if the guards knocked out changelings to become changelings?
Oh,
This is some 5D chess.
Big brain. Yeah,
This is 5D chess now.
This is big brain time.
So, what you guys are now in the waiting area, and they said it might be a minute. What do?
Wait. And I'm kind of pondering over the vision. And I'm wondering what sort of thing Soul Cannabis is going to do next. Just quietly myself.
Are you going to discuss that with the party, or you just wondering to yourself?
For a minute, I'm wondering to myself, then I kind of bring it up.
I just thought of something.
Yeah.
Said that's what happens to those who oppose him.
Yep.
Isn't that exactly what Canterlot's doing right now?
It's a good point.
Yeah.
That's going
You should probably let Twilight know.
It's a good thing reporting back.
I'm kind of curious as to what happened or where Cadence and Celestia are.
I would assume that
No one cares about Shining Armor. Feels bad.
F in the chat for Shining Armor and Flurry, actually, now that I think about it. Yeah.
Is Shining Armor a princess? No, he is not.
Unless
I think
Cadence
Sawtooth
is still
will
in the
debate you on
crystal
that.
In the
Unless
video they
Cadence-
did where they recapped everything, they did call him a prince.
But he's not a princess.
Yep.
Is he now a court? No.
Who are you to tell him what he can and can't be?
I mean, Blue Blood isn't an alicorn either, but they specifically call him a prince.
Yeah. So, I mean, he is royalty, because he married into a royal family.
So, as you guys are discussing, Twilight walks in with the skeletal unicorn from before. They're discussing something in hushed tones as they walk up to you, and Twilight turns and asks, "So what did you find out?"
I'm afraid...
Manhattan's gone!
I'm afraid my vision...
Gonna be
I'm
right
afraid
back.
my vision was correct. Manhattan and much of the surrounding area is completely destroyed. There's no living thing there anymore.
At this, both of them look very worried.
And
I would like to note, the vision said, "This is what happens to those who oppose me." It is quite possible that that was a warning for what will happen to Canterlot.
Yeah. And also,
what we're worrying.
And also, that kind of spell looks like it takes time to cast.
Lucky. So you should at least know what's going on.
The unicorn scratches his chin thoughtfully before saying, "It's entirely possible that a spell of that magnitude has to be cast as a ritual and requires multiple casters, unless he is just that powerful."
I don't think so. It looked like he was being aided by several different casters in my vision.
He also...
Hey, Ballistic, we can hear the crunching.
He also asks if you, if there was something you might have done to, anger him.
Aside from what we've already done, opposing him and fighting his nightmare god.
You were kind of there when he returned, trying to stop his return.
To my shame, I must admit I wasn't. I was...
So the unicorn looks at you. You can't really tell if he's making any kind of faces, because you know his face is a skull. But he asks, "You said something about fighting his nightmare guard."
Yes, we fought a few of them. Specifically, Fluttershy and King Sombra. We were able to defeat both, and we were able to kill King Sombra. But we left Fluttershy alive, and she escaped.
He looks thoughtfully and says, "Since, to my understanding, that none of the members of, none of the citizens of Canterlot have received similar visions, that might have actually been directed at you."
Possible.
Yeah, he does know who we are. Oh.
You may have labeled yourselves as threats.
I wouldn't be surprised. Can't think of anything that we can do besides continue to oppose him and
Yeah, I mean,
possibly
considering
get
that,
away from here.
whenever we went to the Changeling Hive and found Queen Chrysalis, she told us that Sol Tenebris just straight up killed Tirek because of his threat to him.
The unicorn looks at Twilight, and she quickly explains who Tirek was, and he nods and says, "I would see how someone like him would be very eager to eliminate a threat like that." And he looks at the group of you and says, "I would suggest thinning out his guard before you attempt to approach him."
I would agree. I would also perhaps leave Canterlot so that he doesn't come. I don't know if that will stop him from coming, but it may give him a bit to think about.
The unicorn says that he and his companions need to recover, but as soon as they do, they will attempt to help you with thinning the nightmare guard.
Question. You and your companions have names?
Despite the fact that his features don't change, he seems to perk up and says, "Oh yes, my name is Gaster. The Pegasus."
Oh boy.
Gas?
Pegasus's name was Lena, and the alicorn was named Shadowfire. He bows and says, "My apologies for not telling you sooner."
Alright, everyone's thinking it. I'm just gonna say it. Were you the one that told us to get these artifacts?
He blinks several times and says, "What artifacts?"
We had a vision, or a dream, a vision? I don't know. And
What if it's the asleep one that did it? It looks like our patron.
A drision.
Is Shadowfire by
Is Nameless having a stroke? Or not Nameless, is Ballistic having a stroke?
No, a drision. Drision.
Is this a real word? Am I like...
He combined vision and dream.
Drision. Okay. Le Drision.
So, what were you attempting to ask?
Is by chance Shadowfire? Is that what you said?
Correct.
It's out of character. Okay. Shadowfire has Shadowfire been the one who has been communicating with us?
He looks at you with what you can only guess is meant to be a questioning look and asks, "Have we met before?"
That's someone.
That's what I'm trying to find out, because when our group first met, we were all brought together by one who we have all identified to be Shadowfire.
Except me.
And not him. We don't care about him, though.
I wasn't able to say anything.
Aww.
No, we met him because he knew one of our acquaintances prior.
Yep.
8 acquaintances.
And I do too for one time.
You were also yoinked by the patron.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I said for one time.
You were the only one that wasn't in this group that wasn't there for the time that he defended y'all.
Yep.
Yeah, what's
Actually,
with
I
that?
wasn't there.
We thank him
I
for
wasn't
that.
there either, actually.
He was also there for the awakening of Sol Tenebris. He saved our lives.
You know, you could have stopped it.
Despite being a skeleton, he has somehow accomplished looking more and more confused as you guys continue talking, and says, "We only just arrived a day ago."
Speaking of which, where did you come from?
Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
At this point, he seems to lose a bit of his because he kind of has this like noble composure, and mutters something and says, "A faraway land."
Question: Have you ever had?
Descriptive.
Question: Have you ever dealt with time travel and or weird things involving time?
He says, "Personally, no, not that I'm aware of."
Have your companions?
May we meet Shadowfire?
At this point, Twilight says he's currently unconscious. We haven't been able to awaken him.
Wait. So am I awake yet, or am I still knocked out?
Luna attempted to communicate with him.
You were knocked out 2 days ago. You're awake.
Oh, okay. So I would like to try and wake him up. I feel like I can.
She tells you that Luna is currently attempting to communicate with him.
Okay, after
Just
she
imagining-
tries, can I try?
Hold on, I'm just imagining like Quillian like getting up, like walking up to him, just starts talking, and it's like he rises out of his coma just to shut him up.
And goes back into his coma. It goes back into his coma immediately afterwards.
Ballistic, you are awake right now. You know, I tell him he's awake, and he shuts up.
Brilliant, we've learned his secret. Tell him he can be rambunctious and rambling, and he will not.
Every time.
My mic chose that spectacular time to actually die.
Big
Blame it on the mic.
Yeah.
There's nothing else to do here.
I would like so can I actually try once Luna gets out if she doesn't wake Shadowfire up to try and wake him up?
Both Twilight and the skeleton give a shrug and say, "I guess."
You keep calling him the skeleton, even though he's been named.
I keep forgetting that. So,
Okay, then yes. Once Luna's done, I would like to.
So which one doesn't have a name?
So, what do? I seem to remember somebody suggested going back to the Well of Shades. Is that what you were doing?
Yes. That was my
Before we
suggestion.
leave, I want to ask questions about my sigil.
Okay.
What kind of questions?
The kind that you can't answer, obviously.
Ooh,
See, now it just makes me feel bad about myself. Why do you have to?
So, what questions do you have?
I have questions as to how this sigil was created, and if there is a way to transcribe it onto a more permanent material, and or free the individual inside it.
So, Twilight seems at a loss for what you could do, but Gaster actually takes it, and after a few moments of studying it, says, "It looks like it is a soul trap." And looks at you and says, "Whoever is inside of it more than likely will not remember their previous life."
Is it like a soul jar?
He looks... Are you asking this in or out of character?
Okay, to be fair, I don't expect you to make Fallout Equestria stuff apply to this, so I probably shouldn't be asking it in character.
But... So... Let me finish my explanation and you'll understand more about it. But he says that the only way to free them, and it's only a 50-50 chance on whether it will free or destroy them, is to damage the symbol. However, what the symbol on itself will not decay of natural means, but can be destroyed, normally has to be done so with magical means of some sort. So
we'll need a caster to do it.
yes. But it's a
Is there-
50-50 chance on whether or not it will destroy the soul trapped inside.
Suggest we leave him until the greater problems have been resolved.
I agree with
It'll
this.
still be useful.
I think
Yeah.
so.
To the Well of Shades, then.
I want to try
Is
and
there-
wake up. Can I try
Is
and wake up?
there,
Wake me up. Wake me up inside.
Okay, Fair is actually growling right now, so what are you trying to say, Fair?
is there any spells that you can put on it to prevent it from combusting?
So Gaster gives a curt nod and without saying anything, his horn glows and then your amulet glows. And he says, that should keep it from bursting into flames from any magical fires.
Sweet. That's all.
Well of
Thanks.
Shade, then.
Nice.
So, can I try and wake up Shadowfire?
You can attempt to.
Okay, so is Luna out of the room?
Luna and... So Shadowfire has been laid on a bed, and Luna is standing next to it. You can tell she's still using her dream magic.
I would like to
Okay,
give
so-
Quillian a Bardic Inspiration die.
Ooh. Okay, so also, I would suggest that you all exit the room while you can.
I think that is
Understandable.
everybody may want to mute him.
No, I'm not actually gonna say. I'm just gonna like send it in the chat because I'm not sure how much. Well, I have been typing for the past like 3 minutes, typing something.
Well, if you're gonna do it, then do it.
Oh,
You assume, Ballistic, that we even followed you in the first place.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna. So after your characters have all left the room, I go over to where Shadowfire is sleeping, and I say this: if you guys want, you can listen to this, but if you don't, you can
Nameless, could you
just.
just mute him for us all?
I'm just
I'm
going to
curious.
glance down at chat.
Do
I'm
any
curious.
of you want to actually hear this?
She's being
We've
nice.
got at least one that is curious.
I'm curious too, honestly.
If it's too bothersome, I could take off headphones.
Okay.
I'm gonna
All
go
right. I'm
grab some
gonna try
more.
and do this. Okay.
I'd
5.
also burst in the
4.
room and slam the muzzle on him if I need.
No, I'm trying to wake him up. This is my best shot.
The muzzle prepared. Just in case I get too annoyed.
Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hi, my name is Quillian. I'm not sure if we've met before, but I feel like we've met before. I heard your name was Shadowfire, and that is such a cool name. How'd you get it? Did you rename yourself? What's your life story? What's been your favorite moment from your entire life? Ooh, what's been your least favorite moment? Was it gross, or was it scary, or was it just sad, or was it maybe weird? I don't know about you, but my least favorite moment of my life was when my toilet got clogged one time and it filled my entire apartment. It smelled like poop and pee for the rest of the month. I don't know about you, but it was actually not as bad as you believe. Ooh, what's your favorite color? I don't know if it's purple or blue. Maybe it's red. Maybe it's silver. My favorite is silver, personally, because it's like the moon. And I really like the moon. Oh, have you seen Luna? Have you seen her in your dreams? Because she's my favorite princess. Who's your favorite princess? Oh, you probably don't know who the princesses are, because you might be from the future from what we've heard, but I'm not sure if you know about that. I'm not even sure if you are the same person we've met before. I'm really glad you saved us if you are, and if you aren't that person, I hope you know who that person is, because I'm really excited. Okay.
I think he's been talking for a minute straight. I went to time it after like the first 10 seconds, and it's been like a minute.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
This is like the first half of it, and that's how far I got while writing it.
Oh, wow.
So,
Wow.
the last
Okay, does he get advantage for that? Because, I mean, I think that's enough to wake up anyone out of a coma just to knock him out.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I need to look at skills real quick to try and figure out which one I'm going to make him roll for.
No, I burst in the room, like slammed through the door and slammed the muzzle on his face.
Drag him out of the room as you're trying to put the muzzle on him, and he's like, blah, 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 blah.
I'm just like imagining like a John's like just the meme where it's like John's, it like just comes out of nowhere, like does wrestling move to knock him out.
So, so did any of you guys actually listen to the whole thing, or?
Okay, I listened to about an hour a little bit before I zoned out.
I was listening, and that's what took me to actually, like, I couldn't.
Oh, my throat. Oh, jeez.
I was sitting here, like, trying not to muzzle you.
I was listening through and through.
I was just, listening.
There it goes. Okay, so you didn't manage to break Luna's concentration, although she is fairly perturbed.
Oh?
I'd imagine.
So she is fairly what?
Perturbed?
Perturbed.
Oh, that I could do that with the...
She has apparently heard all of that and is not very happy about it. Go ahead and roll...
Exactly.
Okay, so what do you want me to roll?
Let's do performance.
Okay.
Okay.
Remember, you get a plus 10, or you get plus D10. You have to roll an additional D10.
Yes.
Wait, so what?
Performance plus the D10, because I gave you the Bardic Inspiration.
Okay, so performance is charisma, so plus D10. 17. My voice is hoarse after that, jeez.
I thought your horse was Pony.
Oh my gosh. I'm impressed that I was able to go as long as I did, to be fully honest.
Was hardcore.
Did any of you actually expect me to go full out like that, or?
Okay, I expected it. I expected it to be shorter, though.
Harder than I thought.
Yeah.
So, let's see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll a Constitution roll for him. And we'll see what happens. I'm debating on whether or not I should put any pluses on it, though.
I don't know. I mean, he's unconscious.
I'd argue if you should put minuses.
How much?
Considering how harmful that was to all of us.
Just like, I could hear it through the door. That's how...
Literal psychic
I feel like I should be rolling psychic damage to myself.
Yeah, I think I took 20 points
from hearing me go.
It would be Sonic. Not psychic.
But just like...
There is no sonic damage, so it would be psychic.
Damage.
Thunder damage would sound, but sonic makes more sense.
So now you guys know what it's like when Quillian doesn't have anything.
Just managed to wake him up.
Well,
I was not ready for this.
Yeah.
we did it, boys.
We derailed
accomplished.
We did it. Sleep is no more.
The princess of dreams
Mama, we did it.
could not wake him up. But this Pegasus,
I'm going to point out that they didn't say she was trying to wake him up. She was trying to communicate with him.
Oh. But...
Well, we can communicate with him if he's awake.
But yes, he is now currently awake, very groggy and disoriented, and also rather pissed off.
Just from me talking like that. I'm honestly surprised that worked, to be fully honest.
I'm surprised it did too.
Everybody is surprised that worked.
So, are you going to do anything, or are you just gonna like?
I'm just ask questions.
I would just say, "Oh, hey, you're awake now," but instead it comes like,
Yeah, he is now muzzled as we go to approach him to ask questions.
I'm sorry about him. All right.
Leave us no more.
Mrs. Obama, we've done it. We've stopped.
I am actually asking that.
What was it that you were asking?
I am sorry about him. Are you all right?
Hey, you all agreed to it.
He glares at Quillian and says, "Other than the headache, I am just fine."
Glad to hear.
We disturb you from something by waking you?
He looks at Luna and says, "Other than a conversation, not really."
I'm assuming Luna is now back here too, right?
Yes,
Hey, have
Luna
you ever
is-
messed with time before?
Now, all I wish to say is thank you for saving us.
He looks at you and blinks and asks, "When did I do this?"
Thank your future self. Thanks to your future self for whenever you go into the past to save
We
us.
don't know that. We don't know that.
I know this is literally me taking a wild guess because either he lost his memory or it happens in the future. That's like my personal guess. Like my in-character guess.
I'm saying this to him. We were there when Tenebris reawakened. He attempted to kill us all. Appeared before us, taking his blast, saving us. Do not remember this.
He blinks several times and opens his mouth as if to say something before closing it again and looking thoughtfully and says, "I do not remember this, but that doesn't mean it didn't happen."
Well, it did happen. All dead if it hadn't.
He looks at you and asks, "So what did this other me tell you?"
Told us.
We are Equestria's
Make it-
last hope in the way.
I'm about to hit you over the head with the hammer again, but
Yeah, what he
I'm
said.
gonna get that a little bit more.
I don't know if it's more annoying with or without the muzzle.
I was just thinking the same thing, actually.
Most certainly
The
better.
backfire is real.
It's
Most
massive.
certain- it is most
I
certain.
think the muzzle helps.
Yes.
I think the knocking him out is the better option.
Well, we don't want to give him worse brain damage.
Can it get
Because I'm
worse?
assuming there's some there.
We don't?
Oh, I just nearly died there.
Did you nearly die from a sneeze?
No, that was me about to just die out laughing and fall out of the chair because that was great. It was.
So
Congrats to the boy in the general chat who's
Oh yeah, saw that.
graduating. Yeah.
that's funny.
Are you gonna be the
I'm keeping this picture of Daisy. This is a great picture of Daisy.
So what now? What do you do?
Well, do we have anything to ask him?
We should probably offer some help to them. Like, hey, do you need help with anything?
Are you actually asking that, or?
Yeah, like, hey,
Okay.
you need any help with anything?
He shakes his head and says, "At the moment, there is nothing that I specifically need. However, I'm sure one of my companions has probably promised something before speaking with me again. So you will probably see more of us. And if we need your help, then we will let you know."
Also, you may not remember this, but you're our patron. So we expect a paycheck every other week.
Say that.
It is up to him to decide if this is a joke or not.
He blinks several times and looks at you and says, "Why would I pay you? I don't even have money."
I suppose at this point our next goal is the Well of Shades.
Yes, I think so.
Damn it, he's broker than us.
Somehow he's even more broke than we are.
Impossible.
No,
He
there's a
did just
Possible.
come
The
hurtling
archive
out of the
must be
sky into a magical shield, so...
That was actually Lena that did that.
Oh.
You tried to
is
open
broken
the
in the
drawbridge.
Nameless is broker than the party. The party. Impossible. The archives must be incomplete.
Figure we
Impossible.
go off,
Perhaps the archives are incomplete.
go off
The
the Well of
archives are
Shades then.
So you guys are headed to the Well of Shades?
Sure.
Yes.
I think so.
Well, I guess we let everybody know where we're going so that if we don't return...
Okay. So, once again, you're having to travel by hoof, and it takes you quite a number of days.
We could always fly.
That'll only about cut it in half to about 3 days.
I mean, that's still useful.
So, is it everybody wanting to do that? Because that's a lot of flying.
Sure, but be right back.
Let's go.
I'm assuming the Kieran and the
I'll carry
dragon
the
are being carried.
I got the
Yep.
Kieran.
Okay, and I was going to say something, but my brain...
Did things.
I decided to poop.
I would also like to apologize in advance for us possibly messing with your fic.
Oh no, it's not even gonna affect it.
This is not.
Well, now I'm sad because I was hoping that
Confirmed.
we would see ourselves in the fic now.
I've told you guys before, this is technically a separate timeline from the fic, so that
Oh.
way I don't feel too attached to the story to the point where I start trying to railroad.
Yeah, that's fair.
There will be
Oh.
references to you guys in the fic, but it will not be this exact storyline.
Alright, that's what I cared about.
Little fame.
I like the sound.
Woo.
Of that.
Okay.
Saucy.
And over the course of the 3 days,
While we're on the way there, I talked to Argo a little bit about what happened between her and the mink.
What? Did something happen between us?
You kind of threatened me.
Oh,
Ooh,
that.
29. What's that for? Ooh.
I don't like that.
Ooh, 31. What's that for? Oops, sorry, I forgot I was muzzled.
I'll take the muzzle back.
I'll take the
so
muzzle off.
over the course of the 3 days, you take that much damage, Archon.
I take that much damage.
Yes.
30.
Got it.
No, all three rolls.
Oh,
Each roll is a different day.
so 90.
Alright. I can't see my character, but I took 90.
Yes.
Alright, well that's over half my health, but it's
I will
fine.
say
You probably
that
take a long rest at some point.
That's
I will say that
90.
during the travel,
I
you do rest long enough to gain back your health.
Alright, great. I'm at 150 then.
Yay.
Solid. That's good.
So
I'm
at the
glad.
end of your journey, you come over the mountain range to where the Well of Shades was. And the first thing you notice is the Well of Shades is no longer the Well of Shades. The Well of Shades is now a floating necropolis. And it is much larger than you originally thought it was. And in fact,
Setting.
takes up the majority of the valley that it had been set in.
Interesting.
I can see this being a swift death.
Well, that's a thing.
So,
Very good.
anyone else wanna just leave for the day?
Yeah, maybe we should get some sleep or something. Like, probably like not get ourselves killed immediately.
Yeah,
That sounds like a good idea.
let's have some
We
of
are
us
gonna
survey the scene because some of us have invisibility, right? Like
Yeah.
one of us has
People
invisibility
have
spell.
the ability to cast invisibility.
I've been gang.
I can give multiple us invisibility.
How many
Take
can you
off
give?
my armor. I'll take
Let's
off
see.
my armor
So
while we do this.
invisibility is a second level spell. Concentration for up to an hour. So let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can give 5 total creatures invisibility.
How many of us are there?
6.
So one of us.
Oh.
Well, wait. 1, 2.
I can just go vibing and not worry about it.
Archon.
Yep.
I'm talking like I mean we can't have you do it because Archon, but Argo can go invisible just using changeling magic, right? Is that how it
You
works?
don't need to be made invisible. I can just go vibing. There are 6 people.
Yeah.
The remaining 5 can go invisible.
Disappear. I will.
Oh, right.
Disappear.
Why did I not think? Okay, sorry.
The vibes they strengthen.
So you're going to turn the changelings invisible, and the changelings are going to turn into small creatures?
Yeah.
By the way, to get rid of my...
Really gonna hope that we don't get crushed by something.
Don't do
I'm gonna
bugs.
go snack again. I'm gonna go snack again.
I don't think we should go inside yet, but we should definitely look outside. See if we
Yeah,
can see
just
anything.
survey the scene.
So once you guys get closer, the first thing you notice is the outside is almost entirely unpopulated except for a lot of like mutated monstrous, what you could assume were at one point ponies, and there's several large the chains are big enough to walk across that lead up to the city.
So
we can walk across these.
So while we're walking up them or whatever we're doing to get up there, I silently whisper so that only we can hear it, but I silently whisper saying dun 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 dun.
No.
So
let me find. Hang on. Where's the scene of fucking Kronk sneaking through the city? That's what we need right now.
That's exactly what went through my head, even though he did the Mission Impossible theme.
Yeah.
I could totally picture Quillian pressing himself up against the wall while humming that, even though he's invisible. There's just a guard staring at the wall like, why is this wall humming?
I mean, it does fit with his personality very well.
You guys are actually going to attempt to enter?
Are we? There it is. That's
Depends.
the one.
Should we be scared?
3.
Maybe.
Be afraid. Be very...
Oh, I'm already afraid. I have Leon with us.
What?
Like,
Not
if we're
that
gonna
bad.
go,
We're actually going up to this place.
I'm waiting to hear from you guys. Are you guys going up to them?
Yay.
I think we should go inside.
I'm all about hell no, dude.
Okay, so the people who do want to can go up, while the people who don't want to can stay down.
Is we're invisible.
I really hope that we don't die.
Very loud.
Just don't interact with people, because that will make you not invisible.
I'm wearing heavy armor. I'm very loud.
Take it off.
Just leave it there.
Not in that way.
That will take 10 minutes. I'll do it. But it'll take 10
Well,
minutes.
we'll have 50 more minutes of invisibility.
Alright.
Why don't we just wait until after he's taken off the armor?
Because I already cast my 6th level spell slot.
Never mind. Yeah.
Alright, I took it off. We're going.
Oh, so what kind of armor takes 10 minutes to put on?
Armor is
Heavy.
a very
Heavy armor.
hard.
I now have plate mail armor, which is even heavier than my chain mail.
What the heck?
It's like a walking tank.
You even know
we moving in?
how heavy regular armor is.
Yes, we are going.
So everybody is going inside, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Yep.
I'm not about to let these fools die on their own, so.
Also, we can use him for a distraction.
So you guys managed to get in to the city itself, which is, I will note, walled. But once you get past the guards, you do start. The first thing you notice is this area looks like a massacre happened here.
Oh no.
Ain't good.
As you continue to move through it, you see various places where corpses have been dismantled and put on tables, and it looks like there are experiments being run on it. The farther in you get, the more like chemistry sets you see, full of all kinds of unknown fluids and things that
Oh no, they're doing science.
reek horribly.
Quillian
After a
is
little
hard.
while-
Well,
After
that
a
was
little
funny.
After a little while, you get past all of the corpses and start seeing more and more technological things. Most of it looks like stuff that you guys see regularly, but for the most part, it looks like they are trying to figure out how it works.
So, while passing the corpses and stuff, Quillian was barely able to keep himself from lunging at one of the people who was experimenting on the body.
Please, we're trying not to get killed yet.
I know, that's why I said he was able to, just barely.
So
He doesn't like it when innocents are killed.
once
I would
you
hope most of this party would not be happy when innocents are killed.
once you get a bit further in, you start seeing less of the experimentation stuff, and you start seeing essentially guard quarters and barracks and whatnot. Most of the guards seem to be a bit off. They don't act like a normal pony. They act more like some sort of predator as they are moving around. Their walk could be described more as stalking. They look around like something looking for prey. Although physically you can't really tell much of a difference between them and a small number of normal looking, although terrified, ponies that are wandering around.
So anyone else worried now that one of these beasts, like, because we've seen some of them have been mutated from ponies, anyone else worried that some of them might have heightened smelling or a different kind of vision?
This out loud.
Man, good thing I have really good deodorant.
I whisper it to the rest of the party so that only they can hear.
I use message to you right as you start to speak, as in like, okay, you don't need to speak out loud. We have effectively telepathy.
Oh right, that's the thing.
Did
we
you
ain't
say
trying to
that
get
out
our
loud?
asses caught. No, I'm using it through message.
I was talking more to Ballistic because it totally sounds like his character to say that out loud.
I'm insisting through message. Please don't speak out loud.
We're doomed.
I'm deciding now because it would totally be a Quillian thing to speak out loud, but then it would be a terrible idea for him to say that out loud. I whisper it almost basically silently, but so that only people right next to me could hear.
Roll stealth?
Alright. I was about to say, like, in before, like, the guard 5 rooms down just, like, perks up.
And before the guard ever down as one of those goddamn bad ponies who can hear everything.
Okay.
Okay, you managed to do so without actually alerting anyone.
Good.
Although I expect some glares, to be fully honest, just like one of
Yeah,
you
I am using message to say, why are you trying to get us killed?
You can feel my talons lightly gripping your shoulder.
Please do not actually inflict damage. That will break our invisibility and will be very bad. Please.
That's a good one.
Please don't get us killed.
I'm assuming that you are attempting to continue in.
Are we? If we are, then let's do it.
Depends. What does the rest of the party think?
Have another.
You're somebody else, but
Have another invisibility spell if we need.
I like how we asked that and he sent it's a thing that's flashing. It's happening.
It's happening.
Hasn't even
Hasn't even
begun.
begun.
It begins.
Y'all in for hurt.
Listen. Did you listen? You could have prevented this.
You asked for this. You can't stop it. It's too late. It's happening. It's over.
So,
Are we heading in? Let's head in.
Ballistic, I found what I was talking about, by the way. Average plate mail would weigh from 33 to 55 pounds.
So
Terrible.
As you guys continue and you start seeing more and more of the normal ponies and less of the animalistic ones, the predatory looking ones, but as they are stalking through the crowds that you are starting to see, they basically are like, they have a good 4-foot area around them that nobody will get close to them.
Are they doing social distancing too?
That would be 6.
I mean, I guess you could say that. Theirs is more of a, we don't want our body parts ripped off. So, as you guys continue, you get to a very, very large palace in what is essentially the center of the necropolis. What do?
I think we should take this time and GTFO.
Why not go in? We're invisible.
What do we see here?
Just doing recon.
I really don't want us to die.
How long does your spell last?
An hour. Please, let's not stay longer than necessary.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'd say you're about. Oh, hold on.
Me looks down at my foreleg like, it's half past invisible.
That's another one for Apocalypse.
Hold on, give me just a sec.
I don't like that.
So, anyone want to hear a story?
I was first off, if this is gonna be in character, then no.
Hold on, I'm
Dang it.
checking something.
I'm scared.
I'm gonna die surrounded by the biggest idiots.
Yeah, that's.
I'm sorry, but it would totally be something Quillian would do if he was there. He would just accidentally forget to, like, he wasn't supposed to speak. And he would just
What
say
level
it
did
out
you
loud.
cast?
6th level.
6th level?
I'm gonna sing the Doom song now, Rye.
Okay. So hold on.
Hey, Ray's gonna be joining here in a minute.
Rye's around.
I feel like the session isn't going to be that much longer, though, like maybe an hour.
He's going to immediately blow our cover.
I mean, usually Sawtooth is the one who has to go, and that's usually when it ends.
I have an appointment in the morning at like 8:15, so I probably shouldn't stay up too late.
Yeah, I have to get up
Define too late.
past midnight.
What's your time, Argo?
It is 10:33 for me right now.
Dang it.
Argo?
Yeah. Oh.
I don't know how to tell this to you, but you
Died?
your magic stops.
Wait, what?
Oh, shit.
So we're just in the middle of this Acropolis, and we're all just suddenly visible, except for Namank, who transformed into a snake.
Alright, I'm immediately using perception to look around to make sure that there's no one around that's about to get alerted and try and kill us.
Same.
I pull out my
Just
daggers also, just quickly, with just for nothing really to make sure.
Hey, you both rolled exactly 28.
No. You think I'd roll higher? Really happy with
everybody roll stealth. Well, all of the ones that aren't small creatures. So.
Oh. I'm the only small creature.
It's a really good.
You have to roll as well because you are not a snake or a bug.
Well,
you're big enough to be noticed.
I mean, I'm technically a bug.
I didn't roll terrible, but not great.
Yeah, me too.
I think this deserves a lucky point.
Oh shit.
God damn it, Ellis.
Talking out loud.
Everybody noticed.
Alright, I rerolled to something that seems favorable-ish.
All this goes
you didn't
on,
need a
I'm
roll, Argo. I
pulling
thought you were a
No,
transformed.
Argo wasn't invisible. That was the mink who was transformed.
No, I was invis with them.
Oh, you were invisible. Okay, then. Yeah, so Ellis is now being surrounded by the guards.
We should probably get. Oh wait, we should probably have him not die.
Quillian grab the dragon. I'll grab the Kieran, and we're out of here. Somebody use invisibility. We need to go.
Okay. I'm going to quickly use greater invisibility on the one that is currently being. Oh fuck! I have to touch him.
Greater invisibility works for.
I have to touch him to do that. Oh fuck.
Maybe just invisit the whole party so we can get out of here.
I can't greater invisibility the entire party. That's not a thing I can do, and I'm out of 6th level spells. How about?
Hang on. I mean, did you say you had invisibility?
I
thought you mentioned that you could use invisibility.
Use ability to cover up 5 of us.
Major image to make basically copies of us.
We can get out of here.
And the illusion is basically going to effectively attempt to distract / confuse them, because we are going to need to get their attention off of us very quickly.
You said major image?
Yeah, major image.
Status of dead. Yep, basically.
Especially for me.
What is your spell DC?
They have to use their action in order to determine this, so that at least it gives us a little bit of time, and I'm currently looking at my spell DC because I'm not smart. Why is this not tell me right here? Create PDF. I'm waiting for the thing to load. My spell DC is 16. Wow, that is terrible.
Apparently, they are thoroughly confused by it, so.
Alright, we are getting the fuck out of here right now. Everyone leave.
I got the Kieran!
Alright, who has the dragon?
Quillian, grab the dragon.
Alright, now all of us leave. Quick.
Alright, we're going.
Okay.
Anywhere but here.
Straight down, and then away. Down, and then...
We are the big leave.
So you guys managed to make it back to your cottage without getting attacked again. As
You make it to
choked
the
by
cottage?
plants as it is safer than leading them straight to Canterlot.
Definitely.
We are not leaving back to Canterlot. We're not going that way right now. We're just not here.
So I'm going to say let's put a pin in it for now.
All right.
We'll pick
Okay.
it up again next week.
Now I'm gonna go get some sleep. In character, I'm gonna grab some sleep.
And
Alright, we're gonna have to...
I would
Yeah.
suggest the guard rotations again.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, actually, I think I
I'll
have a
take
spell for
last
that.
watch.
I'll take first.
I'll take first as well. I'll help with it.
I
I'll
have
take
a
second.
Spell for this.
Let me find it.
Use the spell.
Oh, did you actually pick up something useful now?
I could just cast.
This is the cultists and Soul.
How long is the
This
rest
next one I'm
going to
sending.
be?
We're going
Hopefully
to,
a long rest.
yes, it's going to be a long rest.
How long is that count for?
8
This
hours.
is for us
Okay.
somehow surviving this.
I have a spell that I can create a hound. Will basically set up the guard for us. Basically, an ethereal hound.
Everybody
Basically a
ganks
what-
until the hound gets dispelled.
It's a watchdog that just sits there, watches, hexts.
Every creature ganks until the
Do you
ethereal
have to
guard
be
dog
awake
gets
for it?
dispelled.
Because I'm pretty sure you have to be awake for it.
It's a conjuration.
Yeah. We're just stopping.
What is the name of it?
Give me a moment to try and pronounce it.
If you send it, I can probably pronounce it for you.
Ordenkainen's faithful hound.
Oh, Mordenkainen.
I got it.
Conjure a
Hang on.
phantom watchdog in an unoccupied space you can see within range. It remains
I got it,
for the
yeah.
duration unless you dismiss it as an action or until you move more than 100 feet away from it. Hound
Yep, I
is
got it.
invisible to all creatures except for you and can't be harmed. And a small or larger creature comes within 30 feet of it without first password that you specify when you cast the spell. Hound starts barking loudly. Hound sees invisible creatures and can see into the ethereal plane. Ignores illusions at the start of each round. Attempts to bite one creature within 5 feet of it that is hostile to you. Hound's attack bonus is equal to casting modifier, yada yada, equals 1d8
Yeah, I
damage.
got it. Yep, I got it.
Yeah, it doesn't
Probably
specify.
making-
It doesn't specify that you need to be awake.
It's not a concentration spell, so I'll let that happen.
That works. All right.
Here you go. Now we can all take a full rest.
Great.
Yay.
Okay.
We'll pick this up tomorrow. In game. Out of character. I have important news for everybody, actually.
Oh.
Yes, this is the last game for a while that I'll get to play with you guys. I am going to be going to New York. I will be working, and I will not be able to play with you until mid-August. So
No.
No.
you'll miss me.
Feels bad,
We will miss you.
Does it mean Quillian won't have to worry about?
Oh,
We'll still worry about.
Fair and Durak.
Yeah, we're still here.
Yep.
I know, but still, he was the main person.
We'll still knock you out, don't
It
worry.
just means Fair has to step up his game.
So do I.
I don't think you've knocked me
I'm
out
in
yet,
danger.
Alice.
Say that again.
So what'd you guys think?
It was definitely
The ending part of that was like a oh shit moment. That was very like.
I'm glad the dice were with us today.
It was.
Barely made it out of that one.
It was actually a nice change of pace rather than combat.
Buckles in danger.
I mean, it almost ended in combat because
Almost.
Because the invisibility dropped.
I will say that was not a timing thing.
Yeah, I didn't expect it to be because it was like a pop sound. I'm like, oh, well, something bad's going on.
I don't remember saying anything about a pop sound, but okay.
Well, you said it. You said something.
I forgot to end the stream. I'm going to go ahead and do that now.
Bye, stream.
I hope you enjoyed hearing me.
Oh no! Now they know that we talked about the game after the game.
Join us
Now they
next
know we
time.
talk.
Whenever we don't, we'll get almost screwed over by faulty magic.
And
Hey,
remember,
I kept my magic up.
Really, you did not.
and remember, everybody, stay hydrated.
Yeah, I'll remember that next time.